It's time for North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
As now Garcia will take off for third. It's another stolen base, and now the ball gets into the outfield. Garcia will score easily, and the Plainsmen using the base pass again. They now lead this one 3-0.
Now let's send it to the voice of the Plainsmen, John Willis, for today's game.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Billwood Field here in North Platte, Nebraska for the second of a 3-game series and a 4-game homestand for the North Platte Plainsmen as they take on the Casper Horseheads. Well, hello and welcome back to Billwood Field. John Willis with you on the Plainsmen Radio Network, Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android as well as our YouTube page. For the Plainsmen, they come into this one with a record of 14-10 after their 8-4 win over the Horseheads yesterday in Game 1 of this 3-game series. So today, they're looking to solidify the series win over the Horseheads and go for a possible sweep tomorrow. For the Horseheads, they now come into this one 9-16. Both teams at third place in their respective divisions. Casper third in the Great Plains with a record of 9-16. They are 7.5 games out of first. For the Plainsmen, at a record of 14-10, they only sit 1 game out of first with only 3 games left to play in the first half. Hastings and Western Nebraska, the two teams that the Plainsmen needed to lose yesterday or at least sometime this weekend. They both won yesterday, so Plainsmen still coming to this one a game out of first place. Coming up, it's my post-game conversation from yesterday with head coach J.M. Kelly after the 8-4 win for the Plainsmen. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, are looking for host families for our players, coaches, and interns this summer. Players just need a safe place to come home to and will be on the road half of the season. Players will be in your home for about 35 days during the summer. Host families get free season tickets and discounts on swag and ballpark food, as well as private get-togethers at the ballpark and all the love from the Plainsmen. To find out how to host a North Platte Plainsmen ball player, intern, or coach, call us at 252-1445 or visit northplatteplainsmen.com for more information.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The Brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network as the Plainsmen get ready to take on the Casper Horseheads and try to win this series. I was able to talk with head coach J.M. Kelly after the 8-4 win for the Plainsmen yesterday, and he said all around he was impressed with how his team looked.
Staff came out and did a phenomenal job. Peyton comes in, throws strikes, and, you know, if you can do that against anybody, really, if you can do that, you give yourself a chance, and you know, if they hit the ball right at guys, we struck some guys out, and you know, again, if you can do that, every outing you give yourself a chance, especially with the defense playing behind him. So, you know, another good win for us. Really like those guys across the field, though. They do the things the right way. They play the game hard, and, you know, it's refreshing to see that. We've had some series so far this year where you just kind of look across the field and you can't wait to leave, or you can't wait to see those guys leave the park, and you know, just class over there. They're doing things the right way. So, you know, again, just not to take away from our win, but just to congratulate those guys, because there's been several times this year where, you know, that it wasn't that way. So,
wanted to talk about Peyton Leon a little bit. He did pitch 6 innings, but this was his longest one-day outing of the year, pitching 5 innings, again 6 innings against Hastings, but pitched 2 and 4 separately. This was his longest outing so far the year in one day. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks for him. What were you most impressed by his stuff here this afternoon?
Again, just being in the zone. I think we took him out there, or we let him go an inning longer than probably we wanted to, but I think we also wanted to see him go an inning longer anyway. So sorry, that probably is kind of confusing. It kind of confused me, but again, just with him being in the zone as much as he was, it allowed him to get some quick outs and not have to play around with guys and get to those 3-2 counts and those 2-2 counts. He was able to get to them early and get soft contact, and doing that, it allows you to go a little bit deeper in games. Your stamina lasts a little bit longer, and as far as the pitch count goes, you don't get to that as quick. So just a great job by him of going out and competing.
Casper scores 3 in the top of the 7th to kind of make things interesting. So looking back on it, how important do you think was it just momentum-wise to get that little bit of an insurance run in the bottom of the 8th off that hit by Giancarlo?
I think it was important. It was a 7-4 game, and I say this in the most respectful way I can. Not talking bad about anybody, but the way the game was going, even when it was 7-4, you still kind of felt like it was okay because runs weren't being scored at a high clip. And so, even with the 3-run inning, we kind of helped them out a little bit here and there and kind of helped them along the way with that 3-run inning. So, again, I think there was never really any high stress situations for us. Preston Davis does a great job, goes out there, best he's looked all year, just competing in the zone. The guy's 91, 94, but he probably dialed it down a little bit. He looked a little bit lower than that. He looked more 88, 90, 91 maybe, and but he was in the zone, and he was in the zone at a high rate. So really good job by that guy. Glad to see him do that, and I think he'll continue to grow his confidence as he goes.
We talked about before the game how important this weekend was with the Nebraska Land Division on the line. How important was it to get this game won, and what do you want to see from your guys tomorrow to keep this going?
We got to go one game at a time. Game 1 obviously is important. I told our guys before this we've got 4 games left. Now we've got 3 to finish out this first half. If we can go win all 4 of those, there's a really good chance that we walk away and we win the first half. But we've got to do it one game at a time. We can't get too worried about what happens 2 days from now. We've got to go out now tomorrow and compete and try to take game 2 and build off of that. So, obviously, I think some things still have to go our way. The teams ahead of us are playing some pretty good ball clubs, and then we play one of the teams that's ahead of us one game. So, if we can just go out and take care of our business, I like our odds and our chances to be able to walk out first half champs. So.
Big thanks to Coach Kelly for talking to me after yesterday's game. Coming up, I'll rejoin you from Billwood Field. Get your starting lineups and first pitch as we bring you Game 2 between the Plainsmen and the Horseheads. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the Marketing and Promotions Intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you
things for certain. This year, you're going...
Willis back with you from Billwood Field, getting you ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Casper Horseheads. It's our Pepsi pregame show. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Casper Horseheads. Not a whole lot of changes, a couple new faces, though, from what we saw yesterday. Tucker Rowe will lead off. He's at second base. Dylan Baker, he will bat second. He is at the designated hitter position, so he'll be DHing. That'll be Kenny Garcia. He's batting third in left field. Braden Morrow will bat cleanup. He's at third base. Bradley Fleenor will bat fifth. He's at first base. Then one of the first changes that we've seen to the Casper lineup in the time that the Plainsmen have seen him, Tyler Butterfield. He'll bat sixth at right field. Chris Burke will bat seventh. He's at shortstop. And then the other change to the Horseheads lineup from yesterday, Grant DeCattrell, he'll be batting eighth. He'll be behind the plate catching. And then Jake King will round out the starting nine. He'll be in center field for the Horseheads here this afternoon. So again, it's Rowe, Baker, Garcia, Morrow, Fleenor, Butterfield, Burke, DeCattrell, and King. Getting the start on the hill is Roger Rang, the 6'2 lefty who plays his college ball at Arizona Western College. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the North Platte Plainsmen. Very different, actually, from what we saw yesterday. Lots of changes. Cade Wood will be leading off. He's playing shortstop. Bryce Zimmerer. He's back in the starting lineup as well. He's batting second in right field. Giancarlo Servine, he'll bat third at second base. Connor Flagg also back in the lineup. He is batting cleanup at the catcher position. That'll be Angel De La Cruz. He's batting fifth at first base. Oscar Stark will bat sixth. He's at third base. Lucas Johnson will be in left field. He's batting seventh. Griffin Myers, who has DH'd and caught for the Plainsmen all summer so far, he'll be at the DH spot with Flagg behind the plate. He's batting eighth, and then rounding out the starting nine for the Plainsmen, it'll be Jalen Ruffin, who will be in center field. So again, for the Plainsmen, Wood, Zimmerer, Servine, Flagg, De La Cruz, Stark, Johnson, Myers, and Ruffin. Robbie Spencer will get the start on the hill for the Plainsmen. Ready for his fifth start of the season is the 6'6 righty. For the Plainsmen, jersey-wise, they will be in their black uniforms with the North Platte logo on the front, the green lettering, the white outline with white pants, green socks, green cap with the Plainsmen logo. For the Casper Horseheads, same uniforms as yesterday, navy blue with white lettering, orange outline, navy blue hats with the orange trim, and the Casper logo on the front. Eli Cox will be the home plate, he'll be the home plate umpire, while Brady Harrison will be in the field, umpiring-wise this afternoon for the Plainsmen. It's the second of a three-game series between these two teams, and then the Plainsmen will wrap up the first half on Monday with a 6:35 first pitch against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. So just wrapping up our Pepsi pregame show. Again, lineups: Rowe, Baker, Garcia, Morrow, Fleenor, Butterfield, Burt, DeCattrell, and King for Casper. Rang is on the hill, and then Wood, Zimmerer, Servine, Flagg, De La Cruz, Stark, Johnson, Myers, and Ruffin. It's a starting lineup for the Plainsmen with Robbie Spencer on the mound. We'll step aside with the national anthem coming up. Coming up, it's first pitch from Bill Wood Field in Game 2 of this three-game series. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3-ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
Trucks, and much more for sale.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arch pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
The national anthem has been sung, the starters have been introduced, and we're just about ready for ball here at Bill Wood Field in Game 2 of this three-game series with the Casper Horseheads. Plainsmen 14-10, only a game behind the Hastings Sodbusters at first place in the Nebraska Land Division, with only 3 games left to go in the first half of the season. And on the other side, 9-16 for Casper. They are well out of the playoff race for the first half. They're in third place in the Great Plains, 7.5 games out of first with only a couple games left in the regular season. Robbie Spencer, the 6'6 righty from Texas A&M Kingsville. He will get the start on the hill for the Plainsmen. So far for him this season, 2-1 record, has a 4.35 ERA in 5 appearances, 4 of them starts. He's pitched 20 2/3, given up 10 earned runs, 16 runs total on 22 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 8 walks. His last start was June 18th against the Badlands Big Sticks. In that game, he pitched 7 innings, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. That was the Plainsmen's 13-3 victory over the Badlands Big Sticks in that contest. Defensively, here's how the Plainsmen will line up. Johnson is in left, Ruffin is in center, Zimmerer stands in right field, Stark will be at third, Wood is at short, Servine stands at second, De La Cruz is at first, and Connor Flagg is behind the plate. Tucker Rowe getting ready to lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the first. In this Game 2, Plainsmen again won Game 1 yesterday by a final score of 8-4. As the annual battle of who stands longer for the national anthem is now split in this series, as the Plainsmen won yesterday, but this time the Horseheads, they had to put it down to a rock, paper, scissors game. The Horseheads won that battle. So Robbie Spencer comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Tucker Rowe on a beautiful afternoon in North Platte, Nebraska. First pitch on its way. It will miss for a ball, and we are underway. First pitch at 3:09 local time here in North Platte. It is 75 degrees with winds out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour. So wind could be an issue as that one misses low and inside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to Tucker Rowe. Rowe getting the leadoff spot for Casper. After he was batting second yesterday, he had 1 hit and 4 tries, 1 walk as well. So he reached base 2 of 4 times yesterday in the 8-4 loss for the Horseheads. 2 balls and no strikes. Spencer finds the zone for the first time as he finds the inner bottom corner. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Tucker Rowe. 2 balls, 1 strike. Spencer kicks and deals. That one will miss high and in. So it's now 3 balls, 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Tucker Rowe. Rowe and Baker in the lineup for the Horseheads, switching spots as Rowe was in second, now batting first today. Baker the other way around. 3 balls, 1 strike. That one is lined, and a diving stop at first by De La Cruz flips it back to Spencer. And now 1 gone here in the top of the first. A beautiful diving stop by Angel De La Cruz. So now this will bring up the righty Dylan Baker with 1 gone after the fantastic diving stop by De La Cruz. Baker, the righty, in his at-bats yesterday was 0 for 3. Strikeout and 2 flyouts. He was later pinch hit for Brayton Wilms, who also went 0 for 2. His 2 plate appearances. First pitch swing and a miss for Dylan Baker. No balls and 1 strike. The count starts here from Robbie Spencer to Dylan Baker. 0-1, here's the pitch from Spencer. Spencer lifts that one into shallow right field, and Bryce Zimmerer will make the catch, and quickly 2 gone here in the top of the first. So a nice start defensively for the Plainsmen here in the top half of the first inning. Yesterday they forced the Horseheads to go 1-2-3 in the first, trying to do something similar here today. For the Plainsmen, they scored 7 of their 8 runs yesterday in the first 3 innings. 2 in the first 2, and then 3 in the third. Kenny Garcia comes in, the left fielder. Another righty to lead off this lineup. He grounds that one to third. Stark scoops it up. Throw on to first is low but picked, and it's in time. So that will be the end of the inning. It's a quick 3-up, 3-down inning for the Horseheads here in the top of the first. 2 up for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the first. It'll be Wood, Zimmerer, and Servine. After half an inning, no score. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 65 years. Hibner's Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
It's like,
Why was there a keg in a science lab?
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte. Order online.
Back with you from Billwood Field in this Game 2 of this 3-game set with the Casper Horseheads. Let's meet the starting pitcher for the Horseheads. It's Roger Rang, the 6'2 lefty. He's actually from China. He plays his college ball at Arizona Western College. 0-1 record so far for him on the year, a 6.30 ERA. 8 appearances, 3 starts for him. He's pitched 30 innings, given up 21 earned runs, 23 runs total, 33 hits, 34 strikeouts to only 7 walks. Really nice strikeout to walk ratio for him so far this season. His last appearance was against June 15th against the Gem City Bison. Pitched 3 1/3, gave up 6 runs on 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. He had a no decision in the contest against the Bison. He'll get the start against the Plainsmen, try to shut things down, facing a new top 2 of the 3 than what we saw yesterday for the Plainsmen's first game against the Horseheads. Defensively, Garcia will be in left, King is in center, Butterfield's in right, Morrow stands at third, Burke is at short, Rowe stands at second, Fleenor at first, and DeCatrell is behind the plate. Cade Wood, the righty from Ranger, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. Plainsmen were able to score 2 runs in the first inning yesterday. They really got the bats going early. As Cade Wood, the shortstop, righty shortstop, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Rang is going to miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Roger Rang to Cade Wood. Again, Wood in 20 games, he's batting .243, 13 runs, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. He leads things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball and no strikes. Rang comes set, looks on to Cade Wood. The 1-0 is skied up, foul out of play. So count will even out, 1 ball and 1 strike from Roger Rang to Cade Wood. So 1 ball, 1 strike, the count even from Rang to Wood. Wood leading things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 will just catch the bottom part of the zone. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Rang to Wood. Brady Harrison behind the plate calling the balls and strikes with Eli Cox in the field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rang comes set, looks on to Cade Wood. 1-2 pitch on its way. A miss high and away, so count will even out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count is even at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Roger Rang to Cade Wood. Rang getting his 4th start of the season, his 9th appearance, so getting close to that double-digit mark. He's been the most consistent pitcher used for Casper so far this season, as there's a swing and a foul back by Cade Wood. So count 2 balls, 2 strikes still from Roger Rang to Cade Wood. For the Plainsmen, after finishing out this 3-game series with the Horseheads, they're back at home against Western Nebraska for just a 1-game matchup with the Western Nebraska Pioneers on Monday. 6:35 first pitch in that one. As here's the 2-2 to Wood. 2-2 again fouled off. So count still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then they'll continue to play Western Nebraska after the 2 off days. They'll go on the road to Gering. Play Western Nebraska on June 30th, July 1st, and July 3rd. They'll play 2 games against Western Nebraska on the 1st in a doubleheader. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Roger Ring to Cade Wood. Again, the Horseheads went 1-2-3 in the top half of the 1st. Also under 10 pitches thrown by Robbie Spencer in that top half of the 1st inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ring comes set. 2-2 to Wood on its way. That one is swung on and missed. So strike 3, strikeout number 1 for Roger Ring. And 1 retired now here in the bottom of the 1st. This will bring up the lefty who played his college ball at Butler Junior College this year, but will be at South Dakota State next year, in Bryce Zimmerer. In his 20 games, he's batting .342. He scored 25 runs, 1 double, 10 RBIs for him on the season. He also leads the team in stolen bags with 15, only been caught stealing twice. First pitch to Zimmerer. That one will be chopped foul to the press box on the third base side. So count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Roger Ring to Bryce Zimmerer. Lefty to lefty with 1 gone here in the bottom of the 1st. No score so far between the Plainsmen and the Horseheads. No balls and 1 strike. Ring looks on. 0-1 pitch to Zimmerer is fouled back to the screen, so it's now no balls and 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Bryce Zimmerer. It was a long at-bat between Ring and Wood to lead off this bottom half of the 1st. So even though Ring ended up getting the better of Wood, Wood still had to make him work for it. Count is at 0-2 with 1 gone in the bottom of the 1st. Nobody on for the Plainsmen. Ring comes set. The 0-2 pitch on its way. That one is going to be struck foul on the left field side. So still no balls, 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Bryce Zimmerer. Ring ahead in the count here against Zimmerer. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to retire the first 2 batters he sees, with Giancarlo Servine standing on deck. 0-2 to Zimmerer. That one again struck foul on the left field side. So still no balls, 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Bryce Zimmerer. Tomorrow is also Kids Day, so come out to the ballpark. First 100 kids getting free. Have a bounce house, free ice cream, everything a kid could dream of, and some nice baseball between the Horseheads and the Plainsmen. No balls, 2 strikes. Ring looks on to Zimmerer. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Again fouled. Again drills the press box. So no balls and 2 strikes. The count remains. Today it's also all you can eat, so if you're in the area, still time to get out to Billwood Field on an absolutely beautiful afternoon. Mid-70s, no balls and 2 strikes. Ring comes set. Here's the 0-2 to Zimmerer. That one again driven foul on the third base side. Couple straight foul balls by Zimmerer and another long at bat for Roger Ring to lead off his day. Plainsmen got to the starter for Casper short yesterday. Their starter Carvajal only went 2 innings. That was the highest any pitcher for Casper went yesterday, was 2 innings. No balls and 2 strikes. Ring looks on to Zimmerer. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2, that one is lined to first. Fleenor is on it. He'll step on the bag. And now 2 gone here in the bottom of the 1st. This will bring up the righty from A&M Kingsville with Giancarlo Servine. Servine in 17 games, batting over 400 now, batting at .403, scored 14 runs, 8 doubles, 4 home runs, 21 RBIs, after knocking in a pair of RBIs yesterday. As Rang looks on, lefty to righty with 2 gone. Nobody on for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Servine is in there for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Roger Rang to Giancarlo Servine. Again, Servine, 2 RBI singles yesterday for his 2 hits. It's a productive day for Giancarlo Servine at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Rang comes set. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. He was well ahead of that one as that one ended up skipping in the dirt a couple feet ahead of Servine. So now no balls and 2 strikes from the lefty Rang to the righty Servine. Rang trying to do the same thing against the Plainsmen that the Plainsmen were able to do to the Horseheads in the top of the first, which was 1-2-3. It has taken Rang a lot more pitches to get to this point, but still trying to do something similar. No balls, 2 strikes. That one misses low and in. So it's the first ball of the at-bat. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roger Rang to Giancarlo Servine. For Rang, the reason he's thrown a lot of pitches hasn't necessarily been because he's been missing the zone. It's just a lot of foul balls hit by Wood and Zimmerer in their at-bats to lead off this bottom of the first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rang comes set. Looks on to Servine. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 1-2, swung on and fouled off, as Servine was just able to get a piece of it. So still 1 ball, 2 strikes from Rang to Servine. The Horseheads just trying to find their final out as they were working from behind pretty much all game yesterday. 2-0 after the first, 4-0 after the second, and 7-0 after the third. They were able to cut it to 7-4 at one point. Plainsmen got an insurance run in the 8th. As that one misses upstairs, it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Roger Rang to Giancarlo Servine. So count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the first. 2-2 pitch from Rang. That one is going to be swung on, struck into deep center field. That one is going to bounce off the warning track. Servine will stop at second. It's a 2-out double, and it's his 9th double of the season. So Giancarlo Servine keeps the extra base hit parade going for the Plainsmen this season. So bring up Connor Flagg, the lefty from Central Arkansas, with 2 gone and now a runner on second to work with. Flagg in 19 games, he's batting .341. He scored 12 runs, 7 doubles, 18 RBIs, which is second on the team behind Servine. Lefty steps in with an RBI opportunity with Giancarlo Servine standing at second. Lefty to lefty with 2 gone. First pitch from Rang is swung on and fouled back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Rang to Connor Flagg. So that one just got over the hit by Servine. Just got over the head and glove of King out in center. Bounced at the warning track, and Servine was able to get 2 bags off of it. With no balls and 1 strike, Rang kicks and deals to Flagg. That one will miss low. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Servine with the first hit of the ball game for either team, with 2 out in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Rang giving a long look to Servine, now pitches to Flagg. He grounds that one foul on the first base side. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Roger Rang to Connor Flagg. Angel De La Cruz stands on deck if they were to get to him. See what Connor Flagg is able to do here for the Plainsmen. One ball and 2 strikes with 2 gone. Servine at second. Rang comes set. 1-2 to Flagg on its way. That one will skip in the dirt and now gets behind the catcher to Catrell. Servine is able to advance to third. So 90 feet closer now for Giancarlo Servine. So 2 balls, 2 strikes after that one skips in the dirt. Servine advances to third on the wild pitch. And now flag. If he can just get a base hit here, no matter where it is, it would score Servine from third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ring comes set, looks on to flag. 2-2 misses low and in. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Connor Flagg. Ring now at 25 pitches here in the bottom of the first. It's been a long first inning for Roger Ring as the 3-2 is going to be shot into center field. It's an RBI single as Servine scores from third. And the Plainsmen take the lead here in the bottom of the first. They lead this one 1-0. So Connor Flagg continues to come through in clutch situations as this will bring up Angel De La Cruz, the righty from UT Rio Grande Valley. Again, for Roger Ring, he retired the first 2 batters. All this damage done for the Plainsmen has been done in the bottom of the first. They lead this one 1-0. For Angel De La Cruz in 8 games, he's batting .533. 5 runs scored, 5 RBIs knocked in for the righty as he fouls the first pitch off. Count will start out 0 balls and 1 strike from Roger Ring to Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz coming in with Connor Flagg at first after his RBI single to score Giancarlo Servine. Plainsmen now leading this one 1-0. 0 balls and 1 strike. They'll try to pick off Flagg, but Flagg is back in there standing. So count still 0 balls and 1 strike from Roger Ring to Angel De La Cruz. Ring comes set. 0-1 to De La Cruz is fouled back to the screen. So 0 balls and 2 strikes. The count will now move from Roger Ring to Angel De La Cruz. Count at 0-2 with 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Flagg at first. Plainsmen now leading this one 1-0. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Ring is set. 0-2 as Flagg takes off for second, but it's fouled off by De La Cruz. So still 0 balls and 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Angel De La Cruz. Oh and 2 the count here from Ring to De La Cruz. Flagg at first, 2 gone. Again, all the hits for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first have been with 2 outs. 0 balls and 2 strikes. Flagg again takes off, and it's again fouled back by Angel De La Cruz. So Ring still struggling to find that final out here in the bottom of the first. So he's now eclipsed 30 pitches here in the first. As now time will be called. No balls, 2 strikes. Roger Ring looking on to Angel De La Cruz. Flagg dancing a bit off of first, and now they'll try to pick him off again. Count still 0-2 from Roger Ring to De La Cruz. Still an 0-2 count. Flagg again dancing off of first. The 0-2 to De La Cruz, they'll again try to pick him off. You'd think in a 2-out situation he would just focus on the hitter here. So we've seen that a couple of times throughout pitchers this year where they've gotten thrown off by runners on the base pass with 2 gone. Still 0 balls, 2 strikes. Ring looks on to De La Cruz. 0-2 pitch. That one will miss a little out. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roger Ring to De La Cruz. Flag is doing a little skipping and jumping over at first base, trying to throw Ring off. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ring comes set, looks on to De La Cruz. The 1-2 pitch on its way. That'll be swung on and miss at the high fastball. And that will be the end of the first inning. Plainsmen, though, they take the lead off the RBI single by Connor Flagg. They score 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the second inning. Due up for the Horseheads, it'll be Morrow, Fleenor, and Butterfield. After 1 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 1-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Join your new
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jefferson in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full.
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
Apparel like KJ's, boots, and western wear. One of the biggest
Things for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation when you travel locally or across the country. Adventure to great places.
Delivery. Visit us at
Sugar Maker here. KJ's Boots and Western Wear has everything Western. Boots, hats, shirts, jeans, jewelry, even that fancy Yellowstone cologne so you can smell like a cowboy and not the horse he rode in on. KJ's Boots and Western Wear. Just off the I-80 interchange in Hershey.
We are through 1 complete, ready for the top of the second. Plainsmen leading in this one 1-0 after the RBI single by Connor Flagg in the bottom of the first. John Willis with you on Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android, as well as our YouTube channel. It's a partly cloudy day here in North Platte. The high is only 81. At first pitch it was beautiful, 75 degrees. Still sitting at that. Again, winds out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour. That's really the only bad-ish weather, even if you call wind a bad thing, is the first pitch will miss high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Braden Morrow, the third baseman, the cleanup batter. Morrow yesterday was 2 for 4, a single, a double in his 2 hits as he looks at a second pitch inside called strike 1. So now 1 ball, 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Braden Morrow. Again, Morrow leading things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the second, after Robbie Spencer forced him to go 1-2-3 in the top of the first on 2 groundouts and a flyout. That one is fouled up and out of play, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Braden Morrow. Plainsmen out hitting the Horseheads 2-1 or 2-0 after the 1-run bottom of the first for the Plainsmen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spencer gets his signing, now kicks and deals to Morrow. 1-2, misses inside. So it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morrow also knocked in an RBI yesterday on his RBI double in the top of the 4th of yesterday's contest. Strikeout and a groundout in his other 2 plate appearances. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one a swing. They'll say he went as he tried to check up on it. So it's strikeout number 1 for Robbie Spencer and 1 retired in the top of the second. So this will bring up Bradley Fleenor, the first lefty in the lineup. So 4 straight righties to open up the lineup for Casper here today. It was 3 straight righties yesterday. As Bradley Fleenor was in the cleanup position yesterday. Yesterday he was 1 for 4, single and a run scored in his 1 hit. His other plate appearances, 2 flyouts and a ground out. First pitch misses low, 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Spencer now kicks and deals the 1-0. 1-0 will miss little outside, so it's now 2 balls and no strikes from Robbie Spencer to Bradley Fleenor. Here's the 2-0 from Spencer. And there's a fastball in the inner half of the plate, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Bradley Fleenor. Again, righty to lefty with 1 gone here in the top of the second. Plainsmen leading this one 1-0. So that one will be fouled up behind the press box and out of play. Third base side, so count evens out. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Bradley Fleenor. Spencer comes set. Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Fleenor. 2-2. That one is lined sharply into left field, but right to Lucas Johnson. And now 2 gone here in the top of the second. So now this will bring up Tyler Butterfield. Butterfield, a player that we did not see yesterday for the Horseheads. He comes in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads. Second straight lefty. He's actually a switch hitter, so batting lefty in this scenario against the righty Spencer. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start. Comes from Modesto, California, plays his college ball at Benedictine University Mesa, stands at 5'9". He's the switch hitter. Swings and misses at that first pitch. He swings and misses again. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Butterfield in 15 games is batting .236, 7 runs scored, 6 RBIs knocked in for the 5'9" switch hitter. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, that one will just miss low. Nice frame by Flag behind the plate. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spencer, the righty, to the lefty Butterfield. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 1-2, swung on and missed. So again, it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Robbie Spencer has retired the first 6 batters he has seen. We head to the bottom of the second. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be Stark, Johnson, and Myers after 1.5. Plainsmen lead this one 1-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including...
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or...
Mark will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second, with the Plainsmen leading this one 1-0 over the Casper Horseheads in a game that the Plainsmen very much like to win, with the way the standings are continuing to turn out. As even with their win, they are still the same amount of games behind as they were going into yesterday's contest, as Roger Rain comes set. First pitch to Oscar Stark is swung on and fouled back out of play. No balls and 1 strike to start out this at-bat. Stark in 15 games is batting .255. He scored 14 runs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. He has walked 10 times and been hit by 5 pitches as well. There's one game I remember where he was hit by the first 3 attempts that he had as he swings and misses at that second pitch. No balls and 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Oscar Stark. Ring retired the first 2 batters in the first, but then a double by Servine. He reaches third on a wild pitch. Connor Flagg ended up knocking him in with an RBI single up the middle. And Angel De La Cruz struck out to end off the bottom of the first. No balls and 2 strikes to Stark. 0-2, lined sharply to short. Burke is on it, throwing to first is high. They will apply the tag. A beautiful job by Fleenor as he was off the bag. But he gets the tag on Stark. And 1 retired here in the bottom of the second. This will bring up Lucas Johnson, one of the newer players to the Plainsmen team. He's played in 5 games, 6 hits and 10 tries, 4 runs, 1 double, and 3 RBIs. Johnson, the righty from Wright State, coming in with 1 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second, with the Plainsmen leading in this one 1-0. Ring ready for the first pitch to Johnson. That one will miss low. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Roger Ring to Lucas Johnson. Again, Johnson, 5 games for him so far this season. He's had 10 at-bats. 1 ball and no strikes. Ring comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 1-0 catches the bottom part of the zone. So it's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Roger Ring to Lucas Johnson. Lefty to righty with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. As Ring comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Johnson. That one is going to be swung on and lined into left center. It is lined pretty much right to King, though, who takes a couple steps to his right and up. He makes the catch, and now 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. So with 2 gone, this will bring up Griffin Myers, the 6'4 lefty from Washington State. Myers so far this season in 18 games is batting .250, scored 4 runs, 1 double, and 7 RBIs. Myers is DHing this afternoon for the Plainsmen as Ring looks on. First pitch to Myers is swung on, skied up into foul territory on the first base side. Fleenor, the first baseman, will make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second. So after 2 complete, as we head to the top of the third, it'll be Burke, DeCattrell, and King due up for the Horseheads. After 2 complete, it's 1-0. Plainsmen leading this one. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more. From our bountiful selection of scenic golf courses, our world-class zoo, the breathtaking Lake Minnetonka, and our family-friendly community events, we have something for you and your family year-round. Come visit Nebraska like you've never seen it. Your next experience awaits you in Scottsbluff County.
Game here at historic Billwood Field.
I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte, or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
For the Plainsmen in this one, we're through 2 complete. John Willis with you from Billwood Field in North Platte, Nebraska. Would like to thank you from wherever you're tuning in, whether it's on Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android, or if you're watching along on our YouTube page. Plainsmen lead this one 1-0 after the 2-out RBI single by Connor Flagg back in the bottom of the first. We're now here in the top of the third. Robbie Spencer retakes the hill for the Plainsmen. So far, he has seen 6 batters. Burke was also 1 for 4 yesterday with a single, a run scored, 2 strikeouts, and a flyout in Game 1 against the Plainsmen. First pitch, though, hits him in the shoulder. That one was well high. Burke able to run it off to first base. He is hit by the first pitch, and it's the first base runner the Horseheads have had here today. So bring up Grant DeCattrell for his first at-bat of this one. DeCattrell, the 6-foot righty, plays his college ball at Cal State Dominguez Hills from Torrance, California. Coming in with nobody out and now a runner on first after Chris Burke was hit by the first pitch. As he will lay down a bunt. It's a nice one down the third base side. Oscar Stark throws it on to first. The bunt does its job as Burke advances to second. Now 1 gone here in the third. So now 1 gone, a runner at second for the Horseheads after the sacrifice bunt, so to speak, by Grant DeCattrell. Now this will bring up the lefty Jake King at the bottom of the order for the Horseheads. King yesterday reached base 3 of 4 times. 2 of them were walks. His other plate appearances, an RBI single in the 7th and a strikeout in the 3rd. He comes in with 1 gone, a runner at second. First pitch from Spencer. That one will miss a little low and in. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Robbie Spencer to Jake King. Top of the order with Tucker Rose stands on deck for the Casper Horseheads. 1 ball and no strikes. Spencer comes set. The 1-0 to King will miss upstairs. It's now 2 balls and no strikes from Spencer to King. So 2-0 the count. Spencer comes set, looks on to King. The 2-0 pitch on its way will miss low. So it's now 3 balls and no strikes from Robbie Spencer to Jake King. The count, 1 gone, a runner at second. After the leadoff hit by pitch by Burke and then the bunt by DeCattrell to advance him to second. Swing and a miss on the 3-0. It's now 3 balls, 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Jake King. Spencer comes set, 3 balls, 1 strike. Giving a long look at Chris Burke over at second as that one will skip in the dirt. It's a 5-pitch walk. First walk of the contest for Spencer. And now the Horseheads have 2 on here in the top of the 3rd. So it's now back to the top of the order with Tucker Rowe. Rowe is 0 for 1 in this one. He led off the game with a ground out to the first baseman. That was that very nice diving stop by Angel De La Cruz, who then flipped it back to Spencer, the pitcher. The righty steps in, ready for his second at-bat of this one. Tying run stands at second now as Spencer gives a long look at Burke. First pitch to Tucker Rowe. That one will miss low. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Robbie Spencer to Tucker Rowe. One ball, no strikes. Spencer kicks and deals. The 1-0 thrown down the heart of the plate. So count will even out. 1 ball, 1 strike from Spencer to Rowe. And now this will be the second time working through the order for Robbie Spencer. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses upstairs. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Tucker Rowe. Again, series will close out tomorrow with a 3:08 first pitch against the Casper Horseheads. Casper trying to send it to a rubber match here today. Plainsmen trying to win the series here today. 2-0, that one is struck up and out of play, foul. Spencer looking for the second out of the inning here. The double play is set up with Jake King standing at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spencer kicks and deals. The 2-2, that one is grounded softly to short. Wood will just make the throw to first. He will get the out. But now runners at second and third, 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. So it'll be up to the DH, Dylan Baker, to knock in the 2 runners in scoring position for Casper. Baker in this one is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field in his first plate appearance back in the top of the first. The righty comes in. Jake King stands at second, Chris Burke at third. Plainsmen leading this one 1-0. Spencer gets the sign, comes set ready for the first pitch here to Dylan Baker. That one will be swung on, fouled up and out of play. So count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Dylan Baker. Spencer just trying to find this final out here in the top of the third, keep this game where it is, 1-0 in favor of the Plainsmen. No balls, 1 strike. Spencer kicks and deals the 0-1. Chopped foul over to the Plainsmen dugout. So no balls and 2 strikes now the count from Spencer to Baker. Just 1 strike away here for Spencer if he can find an out. No balls, 2 strikes. Spencer looks on the 0-2. 0-2 will miss low. It's the first ball of the at-bat, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Robbie Spencer to Dylan Baker. A couple pitches to work with, though, here for Spencer. Is on an 0-2. Usually like to try to throw it out of the zone, see if you can get the hitter to chase as the 1-2 is fouled back. So count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Dylan Baker. Again, Baker yesterday was in the leadoff spot, was pinch hit for after he started out his day 0 for 3, 3 flyouts and a strikeout. That was yesterday's contest. He's 0 for 1 today with a flyout. 1-2, that one is going to be hit foul on the third base side. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Dylan Baker. So Baker, credit to him, he's fighting here in this at-bat, trying to find a gap where he could score the tying run for sure, possibly the go-ahead, with the go-ahead standing in scoring position in the form of Jake King at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baker swings and pops it up. Robbie Spencer, the pitcher, calls for it. He makes the catch in the infield grass, and that'll be the end of the inning. The Plainsmen leave 2 stranded. So for the Horseheads in the top of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 2 on base. We head to the bottom of the third. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be 9, 1, and 2 with Ruffin, Wood, and Zimmerer. After 2.5, Plainsmen lead this one 1-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team. Developing memories.
This is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. If you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. We have a small activation fee and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
Roots and take hold. And how big of a hole do I need to plant it in? So I went.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices.
Back here for the bottom of the third, John Willis with you from Billwood Field as Jalen Ruffin will lead things off for the Plainsmen, the 9-hitter for North Platte. First pitch from Roger Rang will miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Ruffin, the righty from Northeastern Junior College, his hometown right here in North Platte. He was actually featured on the news yesterday as the Plainsman Player of the Week. Talked about getting to be back in his hometown of North Platte at Billwood Field as he skies that one up behind the plate. The catch is almost made by the catcher. DeCattrell at the wall behind home plate. Just missed it. So it's just a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jalen Ruffin. For Ruffin, in 17 games, he's batting .222. He scored 13 runs, 1 double, 5 RBIs, 14 walks, and 6 stolen bags for him so far this season. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Ruffin as he fouls that one back. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ruffin, even with a .222 batting average, he has a .411 on base percentage. So he has, while not been hitting, with any superb numbers, he's been getting on base, which is exactly what the Plainsmen need and want out of Jalen Ruffin, but he swings and misses at that one. It's strike 3, strikeout number 3 for Roger Rang, and ever since that first inning, he has looked sharp. And even in the first, he struck out 2. It was just the 2-out mishap he had with the double to Servine and the single by flag. In steps Cade Wood. Wood, the righty, is 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout in this one. As Rang comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Cade Wood. First pitch to Wood, and that one is struck up into right field. Butterfield takes a couple steps to his left, and he lost it behind him. As Cade Wood will trip as he falls off of second, they'll throw it back, and he is going to be safe. Wow. A lot to unpack in that play. As Butterfield was kind of cocky with how he seemed so confident he knew where the ball was, he called off anybody, and it ended up landing 5-6 feet behind him. And then Cade Wood was trying to go for 30, tripped, was just able to slide in under the tag back safely at second. It'll go down as a hit, but it's kind of a crazy play there. Be the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Plainsmen in this one. This will bring up Bryce Zimmerer. Is Wood now getting a bit of a look at just to make sure he's all good after falling as he rounded second base. Zimmerer is 0 for 1 so far. He grounded out back in the first. He is now ready for his second at-bat of this one. 1 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. Ruffin struck out to lead off the inning, and then the crazy double by Cade Wood. So now DeCattrell came and had a talk with Rang on the mound. Trying to figure things out here for the Horseheads in the bottom of the 3rd. Zimmerer, the lefty, steps in with 1 gone, a runner on second. Rang looks on, ready for the first pitch here to Zimmerer. First pitch to him. That one will miss low. So 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here from Roger Rang to Bryce Zimmerer. Plainsmen another RBI opportunity here in the bottom of the 3rd, trying to extend their 1-0 lead over the Casper Horseheads. And Plainsmen leading 1-0 in this series after their 8-4 win yesterday over Casper. 1 ball and no strikes. Rang comes set. The 1-0 to Zimmerer is swung on, grounded to second. Throw on to first will be in time. Wood advances to 3rd, and now 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. So now this will bring up Giancarlo Servine. Servine, 1 for 1 in this one. He had a double and he scored on the RBI single by Connor Flagg. So big opportunity here for Servine, who's already doubled in this one. He doubled to the warning track out in center field, as King was not able to chase it down on that first hit by Giancarlo Servine. Rain comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Servine. That will be a big swing and a miss. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Roger Rang to Giancarlo Servine. Still a chance to get out of it here for Casper after the 1-out double by Cade Wood. As the 0-1 pitch on its way. Another swing and a miss. So it's now no balls and 2 strikes from the lefty Rang to the righty in Servine. So no balls, 2 strikes. Rang comes set, looks on to Giancarlo Servine. The 0-2 pitch will miss low. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Roger Rang to Giancarlo Servine. Rang trying to find this final out, keep it at a 1-0 Casper disadvantage to the North Platte Plainsmen, as here is the 1-2 to Servine. He kicks and deals. 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3, strikeout number 4 for Roger Rang, and the Plainsmen will leave a runner stranded at third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base in the bottom of the third. We head to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Horseheads, it'll be Garcia, Morrow, and Fleenor. After 3 complete, Plainsmen lead this one 1-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Number 2 pencils, check. 24 markers.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
At Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
$25 a month and no
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3-ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what
3 complete from Bill Wood Field. The Plainsmen leading in this one 1-0 over the Casper Horseheads. I'm excited to be joined by outfielder Connor Higgs. Is off day for you, Connor. First off, he'll be joining us for the top of the 4th. And how have you been enjoying your time so far in North Platte?
Man, it's been amazing, honestly. I didn't know what to expect, because I'm from South Texas, and it's up here in Nebraska. But man, it's been a lot of fun. Been really enjoying the guys, the team, great coaches. Atmosphere has been fun. No complaints.
Kenny Garcia leading things off. He'll line one into center field. That'll get down for a leadoff hit here in the top of the 4th. It's the first hit of the ball game for the Horseheads in this one. What kind of, though, drew you to come to North Platte? You mentioned growing up, in that South Texas area, coming up to the middle of nowhere in Nebraska. What was kind of the draw to come play summer ball here?
I go to Louisiana Lafayette, and they send us to places offensively, the offense guys to all over the country. I get a text or a call from JM actually, and saying, "Hey man, don't know you. You wanna head up here to Nebraska with me?" Sounded really appealing actually, getting to see this part of the country, and I was about it, getting to change and trying something new,
How has JM been so far? A lot of players have talked really highly about the kind of coach he is. Just what have you liked about JM so far?
He's such a player's coach, really. He's been really awesome. He helps you if you need help. He kind of lets you do your own thing. I mean, he's definitely not going to let you walk around on him, but it's definitely been a good experience for a summer coach for sure.
1-1 by Morrow. That one is lined into center, so 2 straight hits to lead off the Horseheads here in the top of the 4th, trying to tie this one up with North Platte. And for you, you've started out pretty hot. In 6 games, you're batting just under 500 at .478. So how important are these at-bats this summer to kind of keep things going headed into next year with Louisiana Lafayette? And, how have you been seeing the ball so far this year?
I've been seeing it pretty well, and it's been great to get in there because I got a little under 30 at-bats this past season. So, taking these at-bats as serious as I can, it's been helping me a lot, honestly, and the longer I've gone, the more I've been able to see the ball, and it's been a lot of fun, really, yeah.
What's the transition for you, used to using kind of more of a metal bat for your spring ball? What's that transition like for you hitting-wise?
The biggest thing I've really tried to do is just stay smooth. I've been a big pull hitter, just trying to hit home runs for a while, and that's one of the biggest mindsets I've came in here with, just trying to be as smooth as I can.
So there's a big answer, a 4-6-1 double play as that one is grounded off the bat of Fleenor. So now quickly 2 gone here in the top half of the 4th inning. Garcia now stands at 3rd with Butterfield at the plate. For you, wanted to talk a little bit as well about how you got your start in baseball, how you ended up at Louisiana Lafayette. So just kind of take us through how you've been growing up in baseball.
All right, yeah. So I've played baseball pretty much since I've been able to walk, as a lot of us have. I mean, I played Little League throughout. I never did the select ball until about 13, and I just kept on going with it and kept working hard. I worked really hard whenever I was in high school. I had a little chip on my shoulder to get better, and I ended up getting stronger. Then about sophomore, junior year, I had a really good summer, a couple summers, and I started getting looked at by Coach Matt Deggs, the coach at Louisiana Lafayette, and he was originally at Sam Houston State down in Huntsville, Texas, and so I had committed there with him, and it was I was committed there for a couple years, and Lafayette, they lost their head coach. He had a heart attack and passed away, and Coach Deggs goes over there, and he calls me and another teammate to go with him, and that's kind of how I got there from Texas, and been there since.
There was an RBI double by Tyler Butterfield. That one just caught past on the 3rd base line, so the Horseheads are able to tie it up here in the top of the 4th. We're all tied up at 1. And one thing that every new player that has come on for the Plainsmen so far this summer has just talked about how close you get so early and how the team just comes together around any new guys that come in. Have you noticed that in your time here?
Yeah. First week here, even first day, I'm just walking around. Almost every single guy on this team introduced himself to me. It's really been real easy to get. I feel like I've been playing with these guys for months now, and it's been 2.5 weeks, and yeah, I've made some pretty good bonds already. Me, Garrett, and John Carlo actually went with JM to Colorado on our off days, and it felt like I've been good friends with all these guys for years, and it was a really good experience getting to know them better and kind of understand their personalities and everything a lot better.
Got a mound meeting here with Robbie Spencer as assistant coach. Eric Sandos comes out to talk with him, try to find the final out here in the top of the 4th. And for you, just what are your biggest goals, and what do you want to get most out of your summer here with North Platte?
I was really coming here to change my mindset, really. I mean, I kind of went through it a little bit, just not seeing it very well and just kind of like second guessing myself in some at bats and pitches, and I just really came here trying to get that first pitch, you know, and trying to get my swing off, and that mindset is really important at that level, you know, because the first pitch is almost all the time is your best pitch you're going to get the at bat, and I've just done my best to try to get that one, and it's really helped me see all pitches better and get through the at bats a lot easier, and I've been able to see it a lot better, and it's been helping me a lot, really.
It's 1-1 strike here from Robbie Spencer to Chris Burke. The go-ahead is standing now at second as this one is tied up at 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. It'll be 1-2 strikes now. And, you know, I know it's been a short time for you, but you had a favorite game so far that you guys have played in, or just a favorite memory so far in your short time so far in North Platte, or is it going to take a little bit to get that?
You know, yesterday was pretty fun. I had a diving catch out there, and it was fun to do that. But as a team, yeah, whenever we went up to North Dakota and whooped up on them pretty good, that was pretty fun. Just exciting to get to go there and play in front of a whole bunch of people and kind of shove it up them a little bit, and it was nice. Yeah, I like doing that.
That was definitely probably, especially they had it both days. I remember in Canyon County earlier in the season before you got here, they had a pretty full crowd their first night, but then second night, nobody there. But there were a good amount of fans, and I got to imagine even though it's the opposing team, that's got to be fun.
Oh yeah, it's always fun. You know, you have people up and down the line chanting at you, and it's fun to get to smile at them after you do something good, because you know they're just yelling at you, trying to mix you up a little bit, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's now 2-2 strikes. Spencer trying to get out of the inning here against Chris Burke with 2 gone. Runner on second. The 2-2 from Spencer. Swung on, soft grounder to third. It'll go foul again. Yeah. So count will remain 2-2 strikes. And for you watching this one, just what have you seen so far from your guys? Yesterday was kind of an offensive explosion in the first 3 innings. Kind of mellowed down here a little bit today. Just what have you seen so far in this one?
You know, we're swinging it. We're trying to get our swings off. We're a little late. I think the lefty's getting on us a little bit. I mean, defensively we've looked really well right now, and you know, just be on time for that fastball, because you're gonna get it and you're gonna get a strike. Just be ready for it. I've been talking with Zimmer a lot more, and because he's kind of gone through a little swing change, and trying to help him out a little bit with it, and he's figuring it out now, and I'm excited to see what he can do with it. For sure.
Well, Spencer gets the strikeout to end off the inning for the Horseheads. They score 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 1 on base, and really appreciate you stopping by. This has been outfielder Connor Hicks joining us in the top of the 4th, and we'll be back in the bottom of the 4th as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
A career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
A box at the concession stand or merchandise stand.
Your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, are looking for host families for our players, coaches, and interns this summer. Players just need a safe place to come home to, and will be on the road half of the season. Players will be in your home for about 35 days.
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte, order online at Domino's.com, or call us at 308-534-0400. That's 308-534-0400. Domino's.
Saved his life. He hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day.
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust, and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our companies.
Bottom of the 4th with the Plainsmen now tied with the Horseheads 1-1 after the RBI double by Tyler Butterfield in the top of the fourth. Big thanks to Connor Higgs for talking to us here in the top of the fourth. Getting to learn a little bit more about him as Connor Flagg, the leadoff hitter, grounds that one sharply to first. Fleenor steps on the bag, and quickly one retired here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Higgs playing his college ball at Louisiana Lafayette. So far this season for the Plainsmen in 6 games, he's batting .478, 1 double, 3 RBI. So big thanks to Connor Higgs for stopping up to talk with us. Always great to have some players up here talking with us, and especially relieve my voice a little bit, especially with the allergy bug still kind of lingering. As this will bring up Angel De La Cruz, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this one. So far, Roger Rang on the hill has thrown 4 strikeouts through now 3 1/3. Lefty to righty here to De La Cruz. The first pitch to him will miss a little in. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Roger Rang to Angel De La Cruz. Again, Plainsmen now tied up in this one after the Horseheads were able to equal this one up in the top half of the fourth, scoring 1 run on 3 hits. That one is skied up, shallow infield. Fleenor, the first baseman, calling for it. He'll make the catch, and quickly 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. So now with 2 gone, this will bring up Oscar Stark. Stark coming in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the fourth. Stark is 0 for 1 with a ground out so far in this one, after 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Stark coming in with 2 gone, trying to get a 2-out rally started for the Plainsmen after the ground out by Flagg and the pop-up on the infield by De La Cruz. First pitch here from Roger Rang is in there for a strike. It catches the inner half of the plate, so no balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Rang to Oscar Stark. We will continue to do those player features throughout the season. Came up here talking with me on some of off days and things like that. As got a couple on now. The latest Connor Higgs. Again, big thanks to him for stopping by. As that one will miss outside. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Roger Rang to Oscar Stark. Again, Plainsmen tied up in this one with the Horseheads, 1-1. After they were able to tie it up in the top half of the fourth inning, it was the RBI double by Butterfield. 2 gone, Rang kicks and deals to Stark. The 1-1 will miss low and inside. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Roger Rang to Oscar Stark. Weather moving up a little bit. It's now 77. It was 75 at first pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rang looks on. Lefty to righty. Here's the 2-1. That one is going to be swung on, struck into right center field. That one is going to get down at the warning track. Oscar Stark is running first. He is digging for second. He is in there with a 2-out double. So now it'll be up to Lucas Johnson to try and knock him home. For Johnson, he is 0 for 1 with a flyout so far in this one. He steps in with 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Oscar Stark now standing at second after his 2-out double to right center that just landed at the warning track. Johnson again 0 for 1. He flew out to center field in his first appearance. He comes in with 2 gone. Oscar Stark now standing at second. Rang comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Johnson. First pitch, that one is grounded sharply, and it's going to be a diving stop by Rowe at second. He now flips it back to home. Oscar Stark will score, and the Plainsmen answer immediately here in the bottom of the fourth off the defensive mishap there by Rowe. Rowe dived and stopped it. There was no play at all to first. Oscar Stark decided to take the risk, go home. He scores. Plainsmen take the lead here in the bottom of the fourth, 2-1. So Stark living a little dangerously along the base pass, but that's what the Plainsmen have done all season. That'll go down as an RBI single for Griffin Myers. Or excuse me, for Lucas Johnson. Griffin Myers now in the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 so far with a flyout in this one. So again, Plainsmen doing what they did in the first. 2-out double and then an RBI single. That's how their scoring has gone in both the first and now here in the fourth. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Griffin Myers. That one is in there for a strike on the inner half of the plate. So now 1 ball, 1 strike from Roger Rang to Griffin Myers. Again, Stark scored the second run of the game now for the Plainsmen. They now lead this one 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rang looks on to Myers. The 1-1 pitch, and now they will throw it back to first, try to pick off Johnson, but he is back in there safely. So still 1 ball, 1 strike from Roger Rang to Griffin Myers. Count is even with 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at first with Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rang the lefty, looks onto the lefty Myers. The 1-1 will miss low and inside. So 2 balls and 1 strike now from Roger Rang to Griffin Myers. Two balls and 1 strike with 2 gone. The Plainsmen out hitting the Horseheads 5-3. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is lined sharply foul on the first base side. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes from Roger Rang to Griffin Myers. It looks like Myers actually chipped a bit off the bat, so he's got to get a new one. So quick pause in the action here as Griffin Myers will get a new bat. He'll face Roger Rang, who has the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Lucas Johnson standing at first after his infield RBI single to score Oscar Stark all the way from second. Two balls and 2 strikes. Rang comes set, ready for the 2-2 here to Myers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is swung on and missed, and that will be the end of the bottom of the fourth. But the Plainsmen take back the lead here on the RBI infield single by Lucas Johnson. They score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. Way to the top of the fifth, due up for the Horseheads. It'll be DeCattrell, King, and Rowe. After 4 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 2-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Here at Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are.
We're through 4 complete, ready for the top of the fifth. John Willis with you on the Plainsman Radio Network. Citrus 3, our mobile app, available on Android and our YouTube channel. Defensive change here as Garrett Thompson will take over for Cade Wood at shortstop. The rest of the defense will remain the same. Grant DeCattrell will lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the fifth. Casper now trailing in this one 2-1 after tying it up in the top half of the fourth. Plainsmen were able to answer immediately in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch is a strike. So count starts out no balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Grant DeCattrell. 0-1, another strike. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Spencer to DeCattrell. Plainsmen leading in this one 2-1 here in the top of the fifth. Out hitting the Horseheads by 2, 5-3. The 0-2 will miss a little low and in, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Grant DeCattrell. DeCattrell leading things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the fifth, trailing in this one 2-1 as the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Spencer to DeCattrell. Righty to lead off this top half of the fifth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to ring him up. Got him looking on that one. It's strikeout number 4 for Robbie Spencer. And now 1 retired here in the top of the fifth. Ken didn't get all the play-by-play back in the fourth as we had an awesome conversation with Connor Higgs. It was a leadoff single by Garcia, then a single by Morrow. Bradley Fleenor then grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, but Butterfield came in and came through with 2 outs with an RBI double to score Kenny Garcia, and then Chris Burke struck out to end the inning. First pitch skips in the dirt to Jake King. 1 ball and no strikes, the count starts. King reached on a walk in his first appearance as the 1-0 pitch is lifted high and out of play on the left field side. So foul ball, it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Jake King. So 1-1 the count, with 1 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the fifth. Spencer kicks and deals the 1-1. That one will miss low. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Jake King. 4 strikeouts now for Robbie Spencer through 4 1/3. 2 balls, 1 strike. Spencer kicks and deals. 2-1 will skip in the dirt again. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Spencer to King. So a couple straight balls here from Spencer. He's behind in this count. Hitter's count here, 3-1 to Jake King. 3 balls, 1 strike. Spencer throws the 3-1 pitch. It'll miss high. It's a 5-pitch walk. It's the second walk for Spencer in this one. And now a 1-out base runner for the Horseheads here in the top of the fifth. Now back to the top of the order for the 3rd time today. As Tucker Rowe, the righty, is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts in this one. He steps in with 1 gone. Now runner at first with Jake King. Horseheads trying to answer the go-ahead run. The Plainsmen scored back in the bottom of the 4th as that first pitch misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Robbie Spencer to Tucker Rowe. 1-0 pitch to Rowe, misses outside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. They tried to throw it back to first to get King. It was sliding back to the bag, but King is back in there safely. Two balls, no strikes. Spencer. That one is going to be lined into right field. It's down for a base hit. So now runners at first and second. It was the leadoff strikeout, but then a walk and a single. Has 2 on for the Horseheads here in the top of the 5th. So this will bring up Dylan Baker. Baker is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts so far in this one. He steps in with 1 gone, and runners at first and second for the Horseheads here in the top of the 5th. Trying to again equalize things after the Plainsmen took the lead in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch here to Baker. That one is going to be lined into center. It is down for a base hit. Rounding third is Jake King. The throw will not be in time. The Horseheads tie things up in the top of the 5th. RBI single for Dylan Baker. And it's now 2-2. So the Horseheads are immediately able to answer here in the top of the 5th, like the Plainsmen were able to in the bottom of the 4th. Now this will bring up Kenny Garcia, who's 1 for 2, a single, a score, and a ground out so far for him. The righty comes in with now the go-ahead, standing 90 feet away. He swings and misses at that first pitch. No balls and 1 strike to start out Robbie Spencer to Kenny Garcia. 0-1 the count. The pitch to Garcia is another strike. So now no balls and 2 strikes. That one catches him looking after his first pitch swinging on the first pitch. So it's now no balls and 2 strikes here to Kenny Garcia. Spencer comes set and now tried to pick off Baker. Baker's back in there sliding. So still no balls and 2 strikes to Kenny Garcia. No balls, 2 strikes. Baker dancing off of first. The 0-2 pitch. That one is going to be line and fair on the left field side. So the go-ahead run will score. Another run now is going to be on its way. The throw to the plate will be in time. It's going to beat him by a mile. Baker is caught. So now 2 gone, but the Horseheads take the lead here in the top of the 5th. It's an RBI double as Rose scores. They now lead this one 3-2. This will bring up Braden Morrow, who steps in with 2 gone now after Dylan Baker was caught a little greedy trying to get another run there. As Braden Morrow is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. But now the Horseheads leading this one 3-2 here in the top of the 5th. First pitch to Morrow. Skips in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here from Robbie Spencer to Braden Morrow. So 1 ball and no strikes. Spencer comes set, looks on to Morrow. The 1-0 pitch. Skips low again. So now 2 balls and no strikes from Robbie Spencer to Braden Morrow. All 3 runs and all 6 hits have been scored in these last 2 innings for the Horseheads as the offense has come alive for Casper. The 2-0 pitch here to Morrow is swung on and fouled back into the catcher's glove, a flag. So 2 balls and 1 strike now from Spencer to Morrow. Two and 1 the count with 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Horseheads leading this one 3-2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Spencer kicks and deals 2-1. That one will just miss. So it's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Spencer to Morrow. Horseheads have answered. 1 run in the 4th, 2 here in the 5th. They now lead this one 3-2 over the Plainsmen. 3 balls and 1 strike. Spencer comes set, kicks and deals to Morrow. 3-1 is skied up. On the infield, Connor Flagg will make the catch right at about the foul turf. And so that will end off the inning. But the Horseheads are able to take the lead here in the top of the 5th. They score 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be 9-1-2 with Ruffin, Wood, and Zimmerer after 4.5. The Horseheads lead this one 3-2. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
A career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
Specialists, so come stop by at 2600. At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arch pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
PlattePlainsmen.com or by calling 252-1445.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium.
It's answered in the top of the fifth off the RBI single by Dylan Baker, the RBI double by Kenny Garcia. They now lead this one 3-2 as we start out the bottom of the fifth. Jalen Ruffin set to lead things off for the Plainsmen, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this one. The first pitch to him swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Rang to Jalen Ruffin. So both starting pitchers still in the game as we start out the fifth. Spencer made it through the fifth and nobody up in the Casper bullpen, so Rang looking to try to do the same. 0-1 pitch to Jalen Ruffin. Swung on and missed again, so it's now no balls and 2 strikes from Rang to Ruffin. So 0-2, Ruffin gets behind early here against Roger Rang. As no balls and 2 strikes, Rang kicks and deals. The 0-2 is swung on and just fouled off by Ruffin. He was just able to get a piece of it. So still no balls and 2 strikes from Roger Rang to Jalen Ruffin. Ruffin, the righty, leading things off against the lefty Roger Rang. It's the 0-2. Rang comes set. The 0-2 pitch. That one will ring him up in the inner bottom corner. It's strikeout number 6 now for Rang. And 1 gone in the bottom of the fifth. When Connor Higgs came up to talk with us, he mentioned how the lefty just seems to be throwing off the offense a little bit. Lefty who throws a lot of off speed. So now this will bring up top of the order with Garrett Thompson taking the place of Cade Wood. Mentioned that defensive change back in the top of the fifth. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Roger Rang to Garrett Thompson. So again, Garrett Thompson, the lefty from Texas A&M Kingsville, taking the place of Cade Wood at the top of the order. No balls and 1 strike. Rang looks on at Thompson, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. No, that one is just hit fair on the third base side. Thompson will try to leg it out. The throw from Morrow at third will be in time. And now 2 gone here in the bottom of the fifth. That one was right on the third base line. So now Eli Cox and Brady Harrison will come and talk, the 2 umpires. This will bring up Bryce Zimmer with 2 out. They'll keep the call the same as Thompson will head back to the dugout for North Platte. And Bryce Zimmerer will step in with 2 gone and nobody on for North Platte. Zimmerer so far in this one is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. He steps in with 2 gone, bases empty in a 3-2 Casper-led game. Lefty to lefty with 2 gone. First pitch from Rang is in there for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Rang to Bryce Zimmerer. Count starts out 0-1. 0-1 here to Zimmerer. Pitch on its way. 0-1, that one is lined sharply to second. Rowe is on it, though. Throwing at first will be in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the fifth. So we'll head to the top of the sixth with the Plainsmen trailing 3-2. It'll be Fleenor, Butterfield, and Burke due up for the Horseheads in the top of the sixth. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network, as well as our YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing.
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Plines, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Plines, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
That's 308-534-0.
And professional products, all at competitive prices.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root.
John Willis with you on the Plainsman Radio Network, Citrus 3, our mobile app on Android, as well as our YouTube channel. The Plainsmen trailing the Casper Horseheads 3-2. As we start out this top half of the 6th inning, Robbie Spencer will remain on the hill for the Plainsmen. He'll face Fleenor, Butterfield, and Burke here in the top half of the 6th inning. Fleenor so far in this one is 0 for 2. He lined out in the 2nd and then grounded into a 4.63 in his 2nd appearance back in the 4th. He leads things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the 6th. First pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Robbie Spencer to Bradley Fleenor. Fleenor, the lefty, leading things off against the righty Spencer here in the top of the 6th, as that one is lined foul on the first base side. So count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike from Spencer to Fleenor. And Fleenor is 0 for 2 so far in this one. 4.63 double play back in the 4th. That really limited the damage for the Horseheads in that 4th inning, as that one is fouled back. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spencer to Fleenor. 4 strikeouts for Robbie Spencer so far through 5 innings, 2 walks. He's given up 3 runs on 6 hits. 1-2 misses outside. So count will even out 2 balls, 2 strikes from Spencer to Fleenor. And Horseheads have scored 3 runs in the last 2 innings to take the lead, as that one is skied up. Foul territory. It'll get well out of play. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes from Spencer to Fleenor. So count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Spencer is fouled back. So long at bat between Spencer and Fleenor to lead off this top half of the 6th inning, with the Plainsmen trailing in this one 3-2 to the Casper Horseheads. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one will miss low. So count now goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer working on Fleenor. Here's the full count pitch. 3-2. That one is going to be lined into left center. Moving to his left and making the catch is Johnson, and now 1 retired here in the top of the 6th. But the Plainsmen were able to get the first batter back in the 5th. And then the Horseheads ended up scoring 2 runs in that inning to take the lead over the Plainsmen 3-2. In steps Tyler Butterfield, the lefty, who is 1 for 2, an RBI double and a strikeout so far. His RBI double was the first run of the game. As he shows bunt, it's in there for a strike. Count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Robbie Spencer to Tyler Butterfield. Again, he knocked in the first run of the game for the Horseheads in this one. And Baker and Garcia both had an RBI hit in the 5th inning. That one is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Robbie Spencer to Tyler Butterfield. 0-2 here. Spencer kicks and deals. The 0-2 will skip in the dirt. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spencer to Butterfield. And we're here in the top of the 6th. Plainsmen trailing in this one 3-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Spencer kicks and deals. 1-2 misses away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count now from Spencer to Butterfield. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one is going to be swung on, grounded to second. Servine is on it, throwing to first is in time. And the first 2 batters are retired here in the top of the 6th. So now with 2 gone, this will bring up Chris Burke, who was hit by a pitch in his first attempt back in the 3rd and then struck out in the 4th. The righty steps in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the 6th as that first pitch will miss low. Count will start out 1 ball and no strikes from Robbie Spencer to Chris Burke. 1-0 the count. Spencer kicks and deals. The 1-0, a late kind of half-hearted swing. Tried to check up but lost his footing. So it's a full swing by Burke. 1 ball and 1 strike from Spencer to Burke. So count is even with 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball blew it past him, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Spencer to Burke. 1-2. That one is going to be grounded to short. Thompson is on it. Throw on to first will be picked by De La Cruz in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Horseheads here in the top of the 6th. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Servine, Flag, and De La Cruz. After 5.5, it's 3-2 Casper as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
By accident or wouldn't continue if we...
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car. Jerry
Remus trailing in this one 3-2 to the Casper Horseheads. Giancarlo Servine will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Facing Roger Rang, who is ready for his now 6th inning of work. So both starting pitchers with quality starts here today. Roger Rain trying to keep things up and keep this game where it is at a 3-2 Casper advantage. Giancarlo Servine leading things off for the Plainsmen, who is 1 for 2, a double and a score for him back in the first, and then struck out in the third. The righty comes in to lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth as Ring comes set ready for the first pitch here to Servine. Off speed, catches the inner half of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Ring to Giancarlo Servine. Again, Servine getting the lead-off job here for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the sixth, trailing by 1, also being out hit by 1, 6-5. 0-1 pitch misses low, so count will even out. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roger Ring to Giancarlo Servine. And Servine 1 for 2. His last appearance was back in the bottom of the third, where he struck out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ring kicks and fires to Servine. That will be swung on, skied foul and out of play. Second strike of the at-bat, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roger Ring to Giancarlo Servine. So 1-2 the count with nobody out, nobody on for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the sixth. Connor Flagg stands on deck, De La Cruz in the hole for the Plainsmen to lead off this bottom of the sixth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rain kicks and deals to Servine. The 1-2 is chased, popped up, shallow right field. The catch is made by the first baseman Fleenor, and 1 retired here in the bottom of the sixth. So now this will bring up Connor Flagg. Flagg is 1 for 2 so far today. RBI single for him back in the first, and then a ground out in the fourth. The lefty comes in with 1 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth. Rain comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Connor Flagg. Lefty to lefty with 1 gone. First pitch to him, that one is skied up, shallow left field. Burke, the shortstop, is trying to chase after it. He makes the catch. And quickly, 2 retired here in the bottom of the sixth. So now this will bring up Angel De La Cruz, the righty from UT Rio Grande Valley. De La Cruz in this one is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. De La Cruz will try to get some 2-out magic started for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth, trailing 3-2. First pitch strike on the inner half of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to start out Roger Ring to Angel De La Cruz. Ring comes set. The pitch to De La Cruz is swung on. That one is going to be lined into left field. That one is going back. It bounces at the warning track. De La Cruz is running first. He is digging for second. He is in there. It's a 2-out double for Angel De La Cruz, and now the Plainsmen will try to tie things up with Oscar Stark at the plate. Oscar Stark is 1 for 2 in this one, a double and a run scored back in the fourth, and then he grounded out in the second. So 1 for 2 for Stark so far in this one. The righty steps in with 2 gone. De La Cruz standing at second. Rain comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Stark. First pitch on its way, and misses low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Roger Ring to Oscar Stark. So 1-0 the count starts. Ring to Stark. Big spot here with the tying run standing at second here in the bottom of the sixth. The 1-0 pitch to Stark. That one is swung on line and caught by Morrow. He was actually picked it up off the hop. He throws it on to first. It'll be in time. And so that'll end off the scoring opportunity for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the sixth. They score no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base. Way to the top of the seventh, due up for the Horseheads. It'll be 8-9-1 with the Cantrell King and Rowe. After 6 complete, 3-2. The Plainsmen trail the Horseheads. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte, or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more. From our bountiful selection of scenic golf courses, our world-class zoo, the breathtaking Lake Minnetonka, and our family-friendly community events, we have something for you and your family year-round. Come visit Nebraska like you've never seen it. Your next experience awaits you in Scottsbluff County.
This is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from
Woodfield, John Willis with you on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel. It's our first pitching change of this one as Asher Hastings, the lefty from Arkansas Little Rock, will take the place of Robbie Spencer, who got the start. Hastings has pitched 4 times, 5 2/3, 12 earned runs, 13 runs total, 5 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 6 walks. First pitch to Cattrall's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Asher Hastings to Grant DeCattrall. No balls and 1 strike. DeCattrall's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. The 0-1, that one is going to be lined, and a diving catch is made by Ruffin out in center. What a catch by Jalen Ruffin. And 1 retired now here in the top of the 7th. So now this will bring up Jake King at the 9 spot for Casper. For Jake King, he's walked twice, scored once. At the bottom of the order for the Horseheads. Asher Hastings coming off his best performance so far of the year. On June 19th in the 9-6 loss against the Big Sticks, he had a no decision in his relief appearance as the first pitch to King will miss. He pitched 2 1/3 in that game, 3 runs, only 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk in that game against the Badlands Big Sticks. That was the 9-6 loss in Game 2 against Badlands. 1-0 to King, that one's in there for a strike. So count now evens out 1 ball and 1 strike from Asher Hastings to Jake King. Again, we're here in the top of the 7th, 3-2. The Horseheads leading the Plainsmen in a very important game for the Plainsmen. Each of these last 3 are, with how things are set up in the Nebraska Land Division currently. If they were to lose this one today, then you have to start to rely on other teams to find your way into the playoffs. That one's in the lower part of the strike zone. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Asher Hastings to Jake King. Hastings comes set, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2, check swing, will miss high and in. So count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes from Asher Hastings to Jake King. Because with 3 games left to go in the first half for the Plainsmen, they sit a game behind first place in Hastings. So if they were to lose, they would have to start hoping more and more that the Hastings Sodbusters start to lose some games. That one is fouled over to the Plainsmen dugout. Count remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes from Asher Hastings to Jake King. Three balls, 2 strikes. Hastings kicks and deals. The 3-2. That one's going to ring him up. Catches King looking. And now 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. So now it's back to the top of the order here with Tucker Rowe. Rowe is 1 for 3, a single, a score, and 2 groundouts for Rowe so far in this one. Rowe comes in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the 7th. And some new baseballs here for the home plate umpire Brady Harrison before this 2-out at bat between Asher Hastings and Tucker Rowe. Hastings first pitch to Rowe will miss high. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Asher Hastings to Tucker Rowe. 1-0, the count starts. Hastings kicks and deals. 1-0 is fouled back to the screen. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Hastings to Rowe. Again, Rowe, his last plate appearance was his best so far of the day. It was the single and the run scored in that 2-run top of the 5th for Casper. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hastings kicks and deals. 1-1. Fastball thrown down the heart of the plate. But the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Asher Hastings to Tucker Rowe. So the 1-2 pitch to Rowe is swung out and missed. 2 straight strikeouts. And the Horseheads go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th. We now head to the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen need some offense. So it'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for North Platte with Johnson, Myers, and Ruffin. After 6.5, it's 3-2 Casper. It's stretch time here from Billwood Field as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube page.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Priceless. Quality matters. Come experience the.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
$15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
Well, the stretch has been complete here from Billwood Field. The Plainsmen trailing in this one 3-2 as we start out this bottom half of the 7th inning. Trying to find some offense here, as it has just been a struggle so far through this one. Just 2 runs on 6 hits so far for the Plainsmen in this one. Lucas Johnson, the righty out of Wright State, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th. Johnson is 1 for 2, an RBI single and a flyout so far for him here today. Johnson comes in to face Roger Rang, who is now ready to get his 7th inning of work underway. There is a left-handed pitcher in the bullpen getting warm for Casper. First pitch to Johnson, and that one is going to be lined into center field. Going back and then coming up on it and making the catch is King. So quickly, 1 retired here in the bottom of the 7th. For Casper, a team that defensively committed 5 errors yesterday. So far they've committed none today. No errors by either team so far through 6 and a little over a half. It's Griffin Myers, who's 0 for 2 with a fly and a strikeout, steps in. For Casper, they have committed the most errors of any team in the Independence League so far this year, and it's by a pretty big margin. They have committed 60 errors as a team. 5 of them last night, which is exponentially more than the next highest with Gem City, who has 39. They have a fielding percentage of 93% so far this summer. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Griffin Myers. As rain comes set, kicks and deals. The 1-0 is swung on and just hit foul. So count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Griffin Myers. Plainsmen trailing this one 3-2. Pitch to Myers. That one swung on and going to be grounded into right field for a base hit. So Griffin gets his first hit of this one, and now the Plainsmen have a base runner on here in the bottom of the 7th. So there's a lefty and a righty up in the bullpen for Casper, as now Cesar Garcia will go and pinch run for Griffin Myers over at first base. Jalen Ruffin will stand in the batter's box, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Fresh count here from Roger Ring to Jalen Ruffin, with Cesar Garcia now standing at first. Showed bunt, backed off, as that first pitch will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Roger Ring to Jalen Ruffin. Ring comes set with the 1-0. Taking a look at Garcia on first to get his pinch running for Griffin Myers. There's a bunt by Ruffin. Now he fumbles by Ring, and the throw is going to be off the bag. Jalen Ruffin will reach at first. Runners at first and second. And still only 1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. So now the Plainsmen have something brewing here in the bottom of the 7th with runners at first and second. This will bring up top of the order with Garrett Thompson, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the 5th. Again, he pinch hit for Cade Wood back in the 5th. Wood ended up going 1 for 2 today with a double and a strikeout. Again, Thompson the lefty facing Ring the lefty for the 2nd time now this afternoon. Again, a couple arms have been up in the Casper bullpen. We'll see how much longer Roger Ring will go here, and arguably one of his better starts of this season. First pitch to Thompson. He shows bunt. He lays it down. It's a beauty on the first base line. Ring will flip throw to first, and it's dropped, and now the tying run is going to score with Garcia. And the Plainsmen tie things up in the bottom of the 7th. As that one was thrown on target, it would have beat out Thompson. And so now the Plainsmen tie this one up here in the bottom of the 7th. So now this will bring up Bryce Zimmerer. Ring comes set ready for the first pitch here to Bryce Zimmerer. That off speed will catch the top part of the strike, so no balls and 1 strike. So now the go-ahead run stands with Jalen Ruffin at second base. So I guess they're going to give Thompson a single for that. And though it was dropped by the first baseman in Fleenor. Lefty to lefty here to Zimmerer with runners at first and second. Corner infielders playing in. The 0-1, a chopped grounder to first. Fleenor will tap on the bag. Both runners advance. And now 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. So now it'll be up to Giancarlo Servine with 2 runners in scoring position. One of them being the go-ahead run as we're tied up at 3, and now a mound visit coming. This might be the day for Roger Rang. It's been a really quality start for Rang in this one. We'll see if this is it. Doesn't look like they're going to take Rang out of the game here as they lead off fly out by Johnson, single by Myers, a single by Ruffin, and then an RBI single credited to Garrett Thompson as Garcia took advantage of the throw that got away on Garrett Thompson. So now Giancarlo Servine steps in, who's 1 for 3, a double, a score, a strikeout, and a flyout so far for him in this one. So big at bat here for Roger Rang facing Giancarlo Servine. Swings and misses at that first one. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start. So 0-1 here to Giancarlo Servine with the go-ahead run standing 90 feet away. No balls and 1 strike. Rang comes set. 0-1 to Servine. That one soft grounder to third. Long throw into first will be in time. What a play by Morrow. And that will be the end of the inning. But the Plainsmen tie it up. They score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on base. We head to the top of the 8th. Due up for the Horseheads. It'll be Baker, Garcia, and Morrow. After 7 complete, tie game at 3. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
This is Cannon Rath, stadium operations and in-game promotions intern for your North Platte Plainsmen this year.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows, it all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Platte Plainsmen are looking for host families for our players, coaches, and interns this summer.
This is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. If you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. We have a small activation fee and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
We are through 7 complete here at Billwood Field. The Plainsmen able to tie things up in the bottom half of the 7th. They are now tied with the Horseheads 3-3 in a very important game heading into the final couple games of the season for the North Platte Plainsmen. Dylan Baker will lead things off facing Asher Hastings to start out the top of the 8th. Baker's 1 for 3, 2 flyouts and an RBI single for him back in the 5th. First pitch will miss low and away, so 1 ball and no strikes to start out Asher Hastings to Dylan Baker. 1-0 the count starts. Plainsmen now able to tie things up in the bottom half of the 7th as that one will miss high. 2 balls and no strikes now from Asher Hastings to Dylan Baker. Again, Robbie Spencer went 6 innings, 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter. Asher Hastings taking his place back in the 7th as that one will miss high. It's 3 straight balls to start out this at-bat. 3 balls and no strikes is a quick mound visit as assistant coach Eric Sandos will come and talk with Hastings. As now every batter is extremely important in a game like this, so Sandos coming out and talking with Hastings here as we're tied up at 3 in the top of the 8th. And would like to thank anybody listening and watching for bearing with me as I deal with some allergies, as I know the voice probably, especially today, does not sound great, but appreciate everybody bearing with me as I try to fight through this and get things all ready for the remainder of this home series, or at least for the second half of the season, starting on June 30th against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. 3 balls, no strikes to Dylan Baker, the pitch from Hastings. That one will just miss. So it's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the top of the 8th. And this will bring up Kenny Garcia. Garcia in this one is 2 for 3, a single, a double, an RBI, a run scored, and a ground out back in the 1st. As now J.M. Kelly will come out and looks like this is going to be it for Asher Hastings. Forced the Horseheads to go 1-2-3 back in the 7th, but a leadoff walk, and in a game as close as this, they will take Hastings out. We'll meet the new pitcher when we come back. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte.
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
Shirts, jeans, jewelry.
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off.
Change of this one is Billy Humphrey will take the place of Asher Hastings. Hastings ends up going 1 inning, no runs for now, but that 1 run at first would be his responsibility if he came around to score. No hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk for Asher Hastings. Into the game will come Billy Humphrey. The righty, local to the Nebraska area, comes from Beatrice, as Humphrey, 7 appearances so far for him on the season, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 12 earned runs, 13 runs total, 22 hits, 22 strikeouts, and 7 walks. He has a 3-1 record and a 6.11 ERA. He'll come and try to keep this game right where it is, tied with Casper at 3. Again, Garcia coming in, the tall righty, who is 2 for 3, a single and a double for him in the 4th and the 5th. He grounded out in his first appearance back in the top of the 1st. Billy Humphrey takes the place of Hastings, again trying to just keep this game tied. As Humphrey comes set, ready for the first pitch to Garcia. First pitch strike. So no balls and one strike to start out Humphrey to Garcia. Again, the leadoff 4-pitch walk to Dylan Baker. Now Billy Humphrey coming and taking the spot of Asher Hastings. No balls and one strike. The pitch from Humphrey will miss low. So count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike from Humphrey to Garcia. Again, Garcia batting third for the second straight day for the Casper Horseheads against the Plainsmen. He has the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Humphrey kicks and deals the 1-1, catches the inner half of the plate. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Billy Humphrey to Kenny Garcia. Count is at 1-2 with nobody out. A runner at first for the Horseheads here in the top of the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Humphrey comes set. The 1-2 to Garcia. That one skips in the dirt. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now from Humphrey to Garcia. Again, Baker stands at first after his leadoff 4-pitch walk. The Horseheads are trying to take the lead here in the top of the 8th in a tie game 3-3 with the Plainsmen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They will try to pick off Baker, but he's back in there sliding. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes from Humphrey to Garcia. And the Plainsmen and the Horseheads will close out the series tomorrow. 3:08 first pitch here at Kids Day at the ballpark is the 2-2 pitch to Garcia. That one is lined sharply off the third base bag. Baker is now rounding second. He's headed for third. It's a double. It ends up going down for Garcia. And now runners at second and third, nobody out in the top of the 8th. So now a huge opportunity for Casper to take the lead, maybe get some more here in the top of the 8th. As that one just hopped off of the third base bag, skied high up into left field. Now this will bring up Braden Morrow, who's 1 for 3, a strikeout, a single, and a flyout so far in his 3 plate appearances. The righty steps in to face Billy Humphrey. As the first pitch here from Humphrey to Morrow. Swung that one a little just miss inside. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Billy Humphrey to Braden Morrow. Garcia stands at second, Baker on third. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th as the infield is in for North Platte. 1 ball and no strikes. Humphrey comes set. The 1-0 pitch. That one is going to be swung on. That one is lined into right center. That one is going to get down at the warning track. The go-ahead run will score. Another run is now on its way, and it will score as well. It's now 5-3 Horseheads in the top of the 8th off the RBI double by Braden Morrow. So the Horseheads take the lead here in the top of the 8th, 5-3. So for Asher Hastings, one of those runs goes to his credit. So he ends up going an inning with 1 run, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. So this will now bring up Bradley Fleenor, who's 0 for 3, a line out, a double play, and a fly out so far for him. Still nobody out, and a runner on second for Casper. Humphrey comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Fleenor. As that one is going to be lined into center. Ruffin will make a running catch. Tagging at second and advancing to third is Morrow. But finally, the Plainsmen are able to find an out here in the top of the 8th. This will now bring up Tyler Butterfield. Butterfield is 1 for 3. Strikeout in the second, RBI double in the 4th, and then a ground out in the 6th. The lefty steps in with 1 gone, a runner at third. The Horseheads try to extend their lead here in the top of the 8th. After just taking the lead over the Plainsmen 5-3 off the 2 RBI double by Braden Morrow. First pitch will miss a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Billy Humphrey to Tyler Butterfield. Humphrey looks on to Butterfield with one gone. 1-0 pitch is skied up, foul behind the plate, so count will even out, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 now the count as Humphrey comes set, looks on to Tyler Butterfield. Humphrey comes set. The 1-1 pitch will catch the inner half of the plate, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Humphrey to Butterfield. Plainsmen trying to get Butterfield at the plate here to keep Braden Morrow at bay at third base. The infield is in right now for North Platte. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Humphrey comes set. The 1-2 pitch on its way. 1-2 again foul over on the first base side. So count still 1 ball and 2 strikes from Billy Humphrey to Tyler Butterfield. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Humphrey to Butterfield, righty to lefty with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Horseheads leading this one 5-3. 1-2 pitch. That one is going to be swung on, skied up left field, foul. So count still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plainsmen still out hitting the Horseheads in this one, 9-8, but now find themselves down by 2, 5-3. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Billy Humphrey to Tyler Butterfield. Humphrey comes set with the 1-2. 1-2 pitch is skied up. Shallow right field. Zimmer makes the catch. Runner will tag. The throw to the plate is going to be in time. Zimmerer throws out Morrow, and that will end off the inning. What a throw from Zimmerer, as that'll be the end of the inning, and that prevents another run from scoring. So for the Horseheads, they score 2 runs on 2 hits. They take the lead here in the top of the 8th. Due up for the Plainsmen in the bottom half of the 8th inning, it'll be Flagg, De La Cruz, and Stark. After 7.5, it's 5-3 Casper. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Fun as the Plainsmen play 32 home games filled with food, fireworks, giveaways, and affordable family fun, along with the
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos.
As the Horseheads were able to take the lead in the top half of the inning, they now lead this one 5-3. As we start out this bottom half of the 8th inning, it's a pitching change as the day is done for Roger Rang. Nick Flores, the 5'11 lefty, he plays college ball at Frank Phillips. He hails from Dallas, Texas. He'll take the place of Roger Rang, who ends up going 7 innings, 3 runs, 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, and no walks arguably his best performance of the year. Nick Flores has had 11 appearances, all out of the bullpen, 16 and 2/3 innings pitched, 12 earned runs, 20 runs total, 17 hits, 12 strikeouts, 17 walks. He has an 0-5 record and a 6.48 ERA. First pitch to the lefty, Connor Flagg will catch the inner half of the plate. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Connor Flagg. Flagg is 1 for 3, an RBI single, a ground out, and a fly out so far in his plate appearances. The 0-1 pitch to Flagg misses high and in. So 1 ball, 1 strike again, a 12-17 strikeout to walk ratio for Nick Flores, who's taking the place of Roger Rang. Plainsmen are a team, too, which so far this season, once they get to the bullpen, more times than not, that's when their offense will come to alive, as that one is going to be lined just foul on the first base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Nick Flores to Connor Flagg. It's Flagg, De La Cruz, and Stark here in the bottom of the 8th. Only 6 offensive outs now left to work with for the Plainsmen, trailing in this one 5-3. One ball and 2 strikes. Flores comes set. The 1-2 pitch will miss low. Off speed broke way too early, so it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Connor Flagg. Two balls, 2 strikes. Flores to Flagg to lead off this bottom of the 8th with the Plainsmen trailing by 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one will skip in the dirt. Count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Connor Flagg. Flores taking the place of Roger Rang, who went 7 innings today for the Horseheads. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one will miss low. It's a leadoff walk to Connor Flagg. So Plainsmen trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 2, as this will bring up Angel De La Cruz. Another righty is warming up in the bullpen currently for Casper. De La Cruz is 1 for 3 as well, a double, a strikeout, and a pop-out for him in his 3 plate appearances. His last appearance was that double. First pitch from Flores, thrown down the heart of the plate, so no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. Again, De La Cruz coming in with the runner on first, with Connor Flagg after he reached on the leadoff walk. De La Cruz now represents the tying run in the batter's box. 0-1 is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. 0-5 record for Flores on the season, a 6.48 ERA, which is kind of around where Roger Rang sits at 6.30. The starting pitchers now time will be called by the home plate umpire Brady Harrison as he dusts off home plate. So still no balls and 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. Oscar Stark standing on deck. 0-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and fouled back. So count remains no balls and 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. Oh, and 2 the count with nobody out, nobody on, or 1 on. In a 5-3 Casper lead, Connor Flagg standing at first. 0-2 pitch. That one will skip in the dirt. It gets away from DeCattrell, the catcher. Connor Flagg advances to second. So now runner in scoring position for North Platte. So the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. Count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flores comes set, Flagg at second. Here's the 1-2. De La Cruz fouls that one off. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Nick Flores to Angel De La Cruz. One-two pitch to Angel De La Cruz. That one is grounded to short. Burke has it get past his glove. So De La Cruz reaches. Now the tying run is aboard for North Platte. Go down as an E6 on Burke. It's now the first error by the Horseheads so far in this one. This will bring up Oscar Stark. Stark coming in with runners at first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th with the Plainsmen trailing by 2. Stark so far in this contest is 1 for 3. 2 groundouts, a double, and a run scored for him so far in this one. So Oscar Stark trying to come through here with runner in scoring position. The tying run now standing at first base. Flores, the lefty, comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Oscar Stark. That one will miss low as it'll skip in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Nick Flores to Oscar Stark. Count at 1 ball and no strikes. Flores looking on to Stark. De La Cruz stands at first. Connor Flagg at second. Flagg dancing off of second, as here's the 1-0 to Stark. 1-0 misses low, so it's now 2 balls and no strikes from Flores to Stark. So 2-0 the count. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch to Stark again low. It's now 3 balls and no strikes from Nick Flores to Oscar Stark. So now in danger of walk and the base is loaded. Leadoff walk to Flagg, an error by De La Cruz, and now, an error to get De La Cruz on. Now 3-0 the count, Nick Flores to Oscar Stark. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, backs off. That one just catches the bottom part of the zone. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike from Nick Flores to Oscar Stark. Three and 1. Flores comes set. The 3-1 to Stark. That one is going to be struck up into center field. Into left center. King, the center fielder, will make the catch. No runner will advance. And now 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. So now let's bring up Lucas Johnson, the righty from Wright State. Johnson in this one is 1 for 3, an RBI single for him, and 2 flyouts to the center fielder. So far in his 3 at-bats up to this point. He's now batting in back-to-back innings. He batted back in the bottom of the 7th, led off that 7th inning with a flyout to center field. He comes in with 1 gone. Runners at first and second with De La Cruz at first. Connor Flagg at second. First pitch to Johnson, misses high. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Nick Flores to Lucas Johnson. One ball and no strikes. Flores the pitch. That one will miss high and away. So it's now 2 balls and no strikes from Flores to Johnson. He got behind in the count 3-0 to Stark, but then a strike thrown on a 3-0 and then a flyout by Stark ended that at bat. 2 balls and no strikes, Flores to Johnson. Here's the pitch. That one will catch the inner half of the plate, so now 2 balls and 1 strike from Flores to Johnson. Two balls, 1 strike, and now time will be called to dust off home plate again. Count still 2 balls and 1 strike from Nick Flores to Lucas Johnson. Johnson, the righty, looking on to the lefty Flores. Both pitchers so far for Casper have been lefties. The 2-1 pitch to Johnson. Off speed will miss low and away. So it's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Flores to Johnson. Three balls, 1 strike. Flores comes set. 3-1 to Johnson. That one will just catch the bottom part of the zone. So count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. From Nick Flores to Lucas Johnson. Very big pitch coming up. Again, Plainsmen trailing in this one 5-3 here in the bottom of the 8th with the tying run standing at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Flores steps off and chases flag back to second. So count still 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lucas Johnson. So now Johnson will call time. A lot of build up to this extremely important pitch here between Nick Flores and Lucas Johnson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch to Johnson. That one is going to be lined into right field, and it's down for a hit. Connor Flagg will put the brakes on at third. So now the bases will be loaded for Griffin Myers. Excuse me, this will now be Cesar Garcia who takes the place of Myers because he pinch ran for him back in Myers' last appearance. So now we'll see a mound visit. We'll see if this will be it for Flores. Garcia again taking the place of Griffin Myers. He pinch hit for him back in the 7th. And now here in the 8th. We'll try to come through. So meeting of the minds here. So we'll see a new pitcher. We'll step aside, meet that new pitcher. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball and the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of Sales.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care.
Done for Nick Flores. He goes a third of an inning. No runs for now, but 3 runners on the base pass as he leaves. 1 hit, no strikeouts, no walks. Addison Southwick, the 6'1 righty from Augustana University, he will take the place. He pitched against the Plainsmen yesterday. He's pitched 10 2/3, 3 earned runs, 5 runs total, 11 hits, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. He has a 2-0 record and a 2.53 ERA. And Connor Higgs, who we got the pleasure of talking to back in the top of the 4th, he will take the place of Cesar Garcia, the lefty from Louisiana Lafayette. First pitch to him, that one is skied up foul. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Connor Higgs. For Southwick yesterday in the game against the Plainsmen, pitched an inning, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. And for Connor Higgs, through 6 games, he's batting .478, 1 double, and 3 RBIs for the lefty. Again, we got the pleasure to talk with him back in the top of the 4th. Again, big thanks to him for him coming up and talking, and now he comes in a huge spot. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th with the bases loaded. Plainsmen down by 2. Southwick comes set, the 0-1 to Higgs. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. So now no balls and 2 strikes from Madison Southwick, the righty, to the lefty, Connor Higgs. First righty that the Plainsmen have seen here today, after 2 straight lefties with Roger Rang and Nick Flores. No balls and 2 strikes to Connor Higgs. And Myers, first batter, then Garcia pinch hit for him, and now Higgs taking his place. Here's the 0-2. Misses low and away. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Madison Southwick to Connor Higgs. Corner infielders playing in with the bases juiced. Only 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Higgs just gets a piece of it, fouls it back close to the Plainsman dugout. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes for Madison Southwick to Connor Higgs. One and 2 the count with the bases loaded, 1 gone. Plainsman trailing in this one 5-3 to the Casper Horseheads. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Southwick comes set. The 1-2 to Higgs. That one is going to be lined through into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Angel De La Cruz will round third. He will try to score. The throw to the plate will not be in time. He is safe. De La Cruz slides under the tag, and the Plainsmen tie things up here in the bottom of the 8th. The 2 RBI single for Connor Higgs, and now Casper's not looking. Connor Higgs gets to second as now the head coach will come and talk with the home plate Harrison. The throw beat him, but De La Cruz must have slid under it. What a clutch hit from Connor Higgs. Pinch hitting here in the 8th. Plainsmen tie it up at 5. And now Jalen Ruffin will try to give the Plainsmen the lead with runners at second and third. Still only 1 gone. So long meeting now with the umpires. It did look like the throw beat him. I couldn't tell if DeCantrell behind the plate dropped the ball or just De La Cruz was able to slide under the tag. So they are now talking about it. And I know they're actually just talking about if Higgs should be at second, and he will stay at second as Casper was trying to figure out the call there, and time had not been called, so Higgs took advantage, advanced to second. So Plainsmen tie things up here in the 8th, and they have an opportunity here with Jalen Ruffin, who singled in his last appearance back in the 7th. Runners at second and third, tie game. First pitch here to Ruffin. That one will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Jalen Ruffin. So 1-0 the count here from Addison Southwick to Jalen Ruffin. That's now 2 runs in the name of Nick Flores. 1 more possible if Johnson scores from third. The 1-0 pitch. That one is swung on, struck up foul. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Addison Southwick to Jalen Ruffin. So 1 ball, 1 strike, the count is even. Southwick comes set, the 1-1 to Ruffin. Is, again, struck foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes from Addison Southwick to Jalen Ruffin. Ruffin is the 6th batter to come to the plate for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 8th. They've tied things up at 2 after the Horseheads scored 2 in the top of the 8th. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Southwick comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is skied up behind the plate. DeCattrell will make the catch, and now 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. So now for the Horseheads, they're trying to keep this game where it is at a tie game before heading into the 9th. So now it'll be up to Garrett Thompson. Thompson comes in with 2 gone, runners at second and third. The go-ahead run standing 90 feet away. Thompson so far, again, he pinch hit for Cade Wood, took his place. He's 1 for 2 in his 2 plate appearances, an RBI single and a ground out so far for him. The lefty steps in with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th, tie game at 5. Southwick comes set, ready for the first pitch to Thompson. Big swing and a miss. So no balls and 1 strike to start out the righty Southwick to the lefty Thompson. So Southwick trying to limit the damage here in the 8th and keep the game tied. The Plainsmen have had the go-ahead run at third with 1 out, now 2 out. The 0-1 pitch will miss outside. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Addison Southwick to Garrett Thompson. Zimmerer stands on deck for North Platte. 1 ball and 1 strike. Southwick comes set. The 1-1 pitch on its way will just catch the outer half of the plate. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 and 2 runners at second and third with Connor Higgs at second, Johnson at third. After Higgs' big knock to left field that scored 2 runs to tie things up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is swung on and missed, and the Casper Horseheads will get out of it with the game tied. Plainsmen tie it up here in the 8th. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. They leave 2 on base. We head to the 9th. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Horseheads with Burke, DeCatchell, and King. Don't go anywhere. We have a fantastic game here from North Platte. It's 5-5 as we go into the last inning, bringing North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
This is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. If you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. We have a small activation fee, and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
North Platte Plainsmen on YouTube.com to be able to watch every home.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you.
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's. Happening now, you can get 20...
As we are tied up at 5 through 8 complete. John Willis with you on Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android, and our YouTube channel. For the Horseheads, they have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the top of the 9th. For the Plainsmen, when we get to the bottom of the 9th, they'll have 2, 3, and 4. First pitch from Billy Humphrey. That one is swung on, popped up. Flag will chase it. Foul territory, and it'll get out of play. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Billy Humphrey to Chris Burke. Again, Humphrey took the place of Asher Hastings, who ended up going an inning. 1 run, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Humphrey came in, gave up 2 straight doubles to tie up the game. So that pitch will miss inside. The count will even out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hastings ended up giving up 2 runs in his appearance, as it's tied up at 5, excuse me. 2 hits so far for Humphrey, but then he got Fleenor and Butterfield both to fly out to end off the inning, as that one is going to be lined into center field. It's a leadoff single for Chris Burke. So the start that you're looking for if you're Casper is the leadoff single into center. So now bring up Gant DeCattrell, who is 0 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out so far in this one. Humphrey looks on, the righty who played his college ball at Northern Oklahoma this spring. First pitch to DeCattrell's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Billy Humphrey to Grant DeCattrell. And we're here in the top of the 9th, tie game at 5 between the Plainsmen and the Horseheads, as now they'll try to pick off Burke, but Burke is back in there sliding. So still an 0-1 count to Grant DeCattrell. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch, that one is going to be lined into right field, but lined right to Zimmerer. He'll try to get the throw back to first for the double play, but Burke is back in there. So now 1 gone in the top of the 9th. So we'll bring up Jake King, the lefty at the 9 spot. King has walked twice, scored once, and struck out back in the 7th. The lefty steps in with 1 gone, and Chris Burke standing at first in a tie ball game in the top of the 9th. First pitch to King is now taking off, and getting in there is Chris Burke. The throw just didn't beat him. It was a beautiful jump. Flag's throw was still almost able to beat him. Thompson thought it did. As now head coach J.M. Kelly will come out and talk. As it was a perfect jump by Burke. And the Flag, with his cannon of an arm behind the plate, was still almost able to beat it. So it's a stolen base for Chris Burke. He now stands in scoring position. He represents the go-ahead run for the Horseheads here in the top of the 9th. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Billy Humphrey to Jake King. So 1 ball and no strikes. Humphrey looks on to King. The 1-0 pitch. That one's in the inside bottom corner, so count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike, and now the catcher Flag will come out and talk with Humphrey. Another righty in the bullpen for Casper. Getting ready for the bottom of the 9th. Again, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Plainsmen when we get there. It's just a question of if this game will be tied or if Casper's able to take the lead here in the top of the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jake King. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 is sent up and out of play, foul. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes now, the count from Billy Humphrey to Jake King. One ball and 2 strikes to King. Humphrey comes set, looks on to King. The 1-2 pitch. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So now 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. So now it'll be up to Tucker Rowe, the leadoff man. Tucker Rowe is 1 for 4. Single for him back in the 5th. His other plate appearances, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. He comes in with Burke standing at second and 2 gone in the top of the 9th in a tie game. Humphrey comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Rowe. Now we'll skip in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes from Billy Humphrey to Tucker Rowe. So Humphrey looks on to Rowe, righty to righty with 2 gone in the top of the 9th. The go-ahead run standing at second. Here's the 1-0. 1-0 catches the top part of the plate. So now 1 ball and 1 strike from Billy Humphrey to Tucker Rowe. Count is even with 2 gone in the top of the 9th. Humphrey comes set with the 1-1. He kicks and deals. That one will just miss high. So 2 balls and 1 strike now from Billy Humphrey to Tucker Rowe. Two and 1. Humphrey comes set. 2-1 to Rowe. Is fouled back to the screen. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes from Humphrey to Rowe. So count is even. Humphrey looking for the last out here in the top of the 9th and give it to his offense in the bottom half of the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Humphrey gets his sign. He comes set. 2-2 pitch. That one swung on, just fouled off. Back to the screen again. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes from Humphrey to Rowe. Two, 2 gone, 1 on at second. The go-ahead run standing at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Humphrey comes set. 2-2 to Rowe. That one is going to be swung on and poked into center field. It's through for a base hit. Jalen Ruffin will throw it to the plate. It's cut off by De La Cruz. The throw to the plate is going to get him. De La Cruz throws him out. Kind of an assist. And no run will come across. So the Plainsmen will try to walk things off in the bottom of the 9th as Jalen Ruffin kind of gets the assist from De La Cruz, who throws it. It'll be Zimmerer, Servine, and Flagg due up in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied up at 5. We'll be right back on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
A career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
Might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team. Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North.
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte, order online at Domino's.com, or call us at 308-534-0400. That's 308-534-0400. Domino's.
Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to.
After a stressful top of the 9th as the Horseheads had the tying run digging for the plate. Ruffin throws it in from center field. De La Cruz cuts it off and then throws it. And they were able to get the possible go-ahead run. Bryce Zimmerer will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 9th, who is 0 for 4 with 4 groundouts. The first pitch to the lefty is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Addison Southwick to Bryce Zimmerer. So count starts are at 0-1. Here's the pitch from Southwick. Down on this, low and away. So count will even have 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, it's Zimmerer, Servine, and Flagg due up for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 9th, right where you want to be in the order. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Zimmerer will miss low and in. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Southwick to Zimmerer. Two balls and 1 strike. Southwick again taking the place of Nick Flores. As here's the 2-1 pitch. Zimmerer grounds that one to short to Burke. Burke throwing to first will be in time. Just beats out the speedy Zimmerer, and one retired in the bottom of the ninth. So now this will bring up Giancarlo Servine. Servine is 1 for 4. Doubled and scored in the first, struck out in the third, a fly out in the sixth, and then grounded out in the seventh. He steps in the bottom of the ninth with one gone and nobody on for the Plainsmen in a tie ball game at 5. Southwick to Servine. Southwick comes set, first pitch to Carlo. Will miss high and in. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Addison Southwick to Giancarlo Servine. Southwick comes set. 1 ball, no strikes. Servine. Big swing and a miss. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike. Servine was trying to end the game right here, right now with that swing. 1-1 the count. Southwick comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Servine. Will miss low. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike now for Madison Southwick to Giancarlo Servine. Southwick kicks and deals. 2-1 misses high. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike to Servine. Servine leads the team in home runs so far this summer with 4. Oscar Stark behind him with 3 so far this season. 3 balls, 1 strike. Southwick comes set, looks on to Servine. 3-1 is skied up foul. So count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Madison Southwick to Giancarlo Servine. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes from Southwick to Servine, with 1 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the ninth, tied up at 5. Full count pitch, Southwick comes set. 3-2 to Servine. That one's going to ring him up. Freezes Servine up, and now 2 gone in the bottom of the ninth. So now this will bring up Connor Flagg. Flagg in this one is 1 for 3. An RBI single in the first, a ground out in the fourth, a fly out in the sixth, and then walked and scored back in the bottom of the 8th. The lefty steps in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Southwick comes set. First pitch to Flagg. Will catch the bottom part of the zone. So no balls and 1 strike to start out. Addison Southwick, the righty, to the lefty, Connor Flagg. 0-1, Southwick comes set. Here's the pitch to Flagg. 0-1 is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Time is called as Brady Harrison, the home plate umpire, dusts off home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Southwick looks on to Flagg. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and skied up. Foul and out of play. So count still no balls and 2 strikes from Madison Southwick to Connor Flagg. Two gone. Nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 9th. Tied up at 5. The 0-2 to Flagg will just miss. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Addison Southwick to Connor Flagg. That's a hard take on an 0-2 for Connor Flagg. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Southwick comes set. 1-2 to Flagg. Swung on a chopped grounder. Tough play for the third baseman Morrow, and Flagg's going to beat it out. It's an infield single for Connor Flagg. Now the Plainsmen have something started with 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. So now this will bring up Angel De La Cruz, who's 1 for 4. double for him back in the 6th. Reached on an error in his last appearance in the 8th. He would later come around to score the tying run. That was on that bang-bang play at the plate. Righty to righty with 2 gone. Winning run at first base now for the Plainsmen. First pitch misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count. Southwick to De La Cruz with counter flag standing at first. 1-0. That one appeared to Nick De La Cruz in the hand. But Brady Harrison, the home plate umpire, is arguing that it hit the bat. I don't think you wince that much in pain if that one doesn't hit you. So we'll see what the umpires decide here. Oh, wow. They're going to say that didn't hit him. Wow. It looks like De La Cruz even showed the bruise that the ball left. Man, I don't know. That looked pretty much like a hit by pitch there from Southwick. And that prevents the go-ahead run from moving into scoring position. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Angel De La Cruz. So now Harrison will go and dust off home plate again. So 2 gone, counter flag standing at first. 1 ball, 1 strike from Madison Southwick to Angel De La Cruz. The 1-1 pitch, counter flag takes off for second. Flag is going to be in there. Stolen base for Connor Flagg, and now the winning run is in scoring position. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Angel De La Cruz. So 2 balls, 1 strike to De La Cruz. Southwick comes set, checks on Flagg at second. The 2-1 pitch. That one is going to be lined sharply, but foul on the left field side. So count will even out. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Addison Southwick to Angel De La Cruz. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Winning run at second in a tie 5-5 game. And again, time will be called to dust off home plate. I think this is the most I've ever seen time be called for that in a game, at least so far this year. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Southwick to De La Cruz. Flagg at second, 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. De La Cruz fouls that one off and out of play. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And you can see De La Cruz wincing after each hit. That was obviously a hit by pitch, and I don't know how that ended up called a foul ball. Each time that there's contact on the bat for De La Cruz, he's now wincing. But nonetheless, 2 balls, 2 strikes from Southwick to De La Cruz with Flagg at second. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch as Flagg takes off for a third. That one is grounded softly to short. Throw on to first is in time. And that'll end off the scoring chance for the Plainsmen. So we're going to go to extra innings. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the top of the 10th. Due up for the Horseheads, it'll be Baker, Garcia, and Morrow. After 9 complete, we're tied up at 5. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
I love shade trees. They're
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Number 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation how many years from now. When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
At an open house Saturday, June 4th from 3 to 5 p.m. We're going to draw for prizes and memberships, and our grand prize is going to
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Plines, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide...
For the top of the 10th, a couple things to unpack here as we start out extra innings. First off, it's going to be a runs of pitching change as Blake Priest will take over for Billy Humphrey. Humphrey goes 2 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Priest, the righty out of Cali Junior College, will take his place. 1 start, 4 appearances so far for him this season. He's pitched 7 1/3, giving up 2 runs, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, no record, and a 2.45 ERA. Extra inning rules. The Horseheads and the Plainsmen will get a runner on second base to lead off this top of the 10th. Angel De La Cruz was also tossed from the game for some yelling at the umpire, so some defensive changes. Servine's at third, Thompson still at short. Seth Williams now moves to second base. Oscar Stark is at first. And I don't blame Angel De La Cruz one bit for arguing there, as that was the play that hit his hand. He was obviously in a tremendous amount of pain, but with the arguing, he will not be participating in the rest of today's contest, as those are some of the defensive changes. Again, Giancarlo Servine moves from second to third. Garrett Thompson remains at short. Seth Williams comes out of the dugout. He goes to second base, and then Oscar Stark moves from third to first. So again, Blake Priest will come and take his place. Priest has been magnificent in the 7 1/3 he's pitched so far. He will come and try to shut things down here in the top of the 10th. His last game was a start against the Sodbusters in the 4-1 win for North Platte. He pitched 3 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. He had a no decision in the contest against the Sodbusters. He will face 2, 3, and 4. Tucker Rowe is on second for Casper, who ended off the top of the 9th with a single. But then Chris Burke was called out trying to take home, which ended off the inning. So Dylan Baker will lead things off, who's 1 for 3, an RBI single, 2 flyouts, and a walk. He also scored a run back in the 8th. So Baker will lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the 10th. Extra innings for the Plainsmen. They are 1-1 so far in extra inning games. They lost 8-6 to Western Nebraska back on May 26th. And then they had a 8-7 win the very next day in Canyon County in 10 innings. So it was those 2 straight extra inning games in May. Haven't had an extra inning game for pretty much the whole month of June, now here on June 25th. Extra innings with the Horseheads. Corner infielders playing in. First pitch to Baker misses high from Priest. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Blake Priest to Dylan Baker. So count starts out 1-0. Blake Priest comes set. Looks on to Baker. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Allen just misses the inner half of the plate. So it's now 2 balls and no strikes from Blake Priest to Dylan Baker. Baker hasn't shown bunt yet, which you often see in a top of an extra inning in a tie game with that automatic runner at second base. Tucker Rowe, the last batter of the inning, stands at second. 2-0, big swing and a miss. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Blake Priest to Dylan Baker. Two and one, nobody out. And Tucker Rowe standing on second here in the top of the 10th. Tie game 5-5. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Baker shows bunt. He lays it down. It will go foul on the first base line. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes from Blake Priest to Dylan Baker. Would have been perfect if it had stayed fair, but too much curve on the second hop. Ended up turning it foul. So count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was the first time he showed bunt through the 4 pitches that Blake Priest has thrown thus far. Two balls, 2 strikes to Baker. Priest comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Baker. 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3, strikeout number 1 for Priest, and 1 retired. Now here in the top of the 10th. And getting that first out in the top of the 10th without advancing a runner is huge here for North Platte, as this will bring up Kenny Garcia, who is 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a single, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. So a productive day for Kenny Garcia at the plate. Priest looks on. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Priest coming out of the bullpen throwing some heat right now for North Platte, trying to keep this game tied and send it to his offense in the bottom of the 10th. No balls and 1 strike. Priest comes set. The 0-1 on its way. Misses outside. So count will even up. 1 ball, 1 strike from Blake Priest to Kenny Garcia. One ball and 1 strike. Righty to righty with 1 gone in the top of the 10th. Long look at Rowe on second. 1-1 now to Garcia. Will miss inside. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. For Tucker Rowe, he's stolen 6 bags so far for Casper this season. He hasn't been caught yet. Two balls, 1 strike. Priest comes set. Looks on to Kenny Garcia with 1 gone and a runner on second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-1 is fouled off. So count will even out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two the count. Priest looks on to Kenny Garcia with 1 gone here in the top of the 10th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one just fouled off by Garcia. He was just able to get a piece of it. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes from Blake Priest to Kenny Garcia. Down at 2-2. One gone in the top of the 10th and a tie 5-5 game. Plainsmen out hitting the Horseheads 12-9 in this one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Priest comes set. 2-2, and that one is going to be lined into left field. Going back on it and making a running catch is Lucas Johnson. What a catch by Johnson. He had to run a lot over to his right. And now 2 gone in the top of the 10th. So now this will bring up Braden Morrow, who is 2 for 4. Double, a single, strikeout and a flyout. His last hit was the biggest of the game for the Horseheads. He had the 2 RBI double to, at that point, take the lead in the top of the 8th for the Horseheads, but the Plainsmen answered back in the bottom of the 8th with 2 runs of their own. That's how we sit here, tied at 5. Priest comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Braden Morrow, the righty, with Tucker Rose still standing at second. First pitch will just miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Blake Priest to Braden Morrow, and now Connor Flagg, the catcher, will come out to talk with Priest. So the count is at 1-0 here tomorrow as Flagg and Priest, their meeting has concluded. Trying to figure out how to approach Braden Morrow and get this final out here in the top of the 10th. Still tied up at 5. Again, Plainsmen will get a runner on at second with nobody out to start out the bottom of the 10th. 1 ball and no strikes. Priest comes set. Pitch to Morrow is in there for a strike. Catches the inner half of the plate, so count evens out. 1 ball and 1 strike. From Blake Priest to Braden Morrow. Priest trying to find the final out here in the top of the 10th as it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Priest kicks and deals. Fastball is in there for a strike. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Blake Priest to Braden Morrow. Is a pitcher up in the Casper bullpen. We'll see if Southwick will stay in to try to shut things down for the Plainsmen in the bottom half of the 10th, or if they'll head to the bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Priest to Morrow. Priest comes set with the 1-2. 1-2 pitch on its way. That one will miss low. So count will even out. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Blake Priest to Braden Morrow. Two the count with 2 gone. Runner on second for Casper. 2-2 to Morrow. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts for Blake Priest in the top of the 10th. And Casper is not able to take advantage of the runner at second with nobody out. Plainsmen will try to take advantage in the bottom half of the 10th. They'll have Stark, Johnson, and Higgs due up. After 9.5, still tied up at 5, it's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
This is Ken Rath.
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef. Summer. Host families get free season tickets and discounts on swag and ballpark.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jefferson in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
He was a mad scientist. He had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer.
A career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far.
We'll lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 10th. Seth Williams takes the place of Angel De La Cruz, of course, with De La Cruz exiting today's game. Seth Williams now stands at second. First pitch to Oscar Stark. That one is fouled back and out of play. No balls and one strike to start out Addison Southwick to Oscar Stark. Southwick staying in the game. Pitched a quality inning and 2/3 so far. He's going to come in and try to keep this game tied with the winning run standing 180 feet away with Seth Williams at second. No balls and one strike. They'll scare Williams back to second. Williams is back in there with ease. No throw from Southwick. No balls and one strike. Southwick to Stark. Stark, who's 1 for 4 with a double in this one. No balls and one strike. That one is going to be chopped into left field. It is going to get down for a base hit. Seth Williams had started to trot back to second because he thought Morrow might make the catch. And so he will just get to third. Runners at the corners now for the Plainsmen with nobody out. So now it'll be up to Lucas Johnson, who's 2 for 4, 2 singles, an RBI, and 2 flyouts for him. So Johnson coming in with the runners at the corners, the winning run, standing at third base. Johnson, the righty, looking on to Addison Southwick. Stark at first, Williams at third. Infield plays in. Southwick, that's the third hit he's given up in his now inning and 2/3. As the righty Johnson steps in, with nobody out, runners at the corners. Tie game in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch misses high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Addison Southwick to Lucas Johnson. So 1 ball, no strikes. The count starts from Southwick to Johnson. Southwick comes set. Here's the 1-0. 1-0 misses high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Southwick looking on to Lucas Johnson. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, corner or all infielders in with runners at the corners. 2-0 to Johnson. Off speed will miss inside. So it's now 3 balls and no strikes from Addison Southwick to Lucas Johnson. So danger of walking the bases loaded for Connor Higgs. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Johnson. That one will miss upstairs, and the bases are loaded. So now it'll be up to Connor Higgs, who has the biggest hit of this ball game up to this point. The game-tying RBI double back in the 8th. He now comes in the bottom of the 10th with the bases loaded, nobody out, and now a mound visit here for Southwick. This will likely be it for him. Maybe not, because there has been a pitcher warming up. At this point, it might be a part in the game where Plainsmen have the bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th, so we'll see what they want to do pitching-wise here. Looks like it's just going to be a chat, and Southwick will stay in the game for the Casper Horseheads. So Connor Higgs tied up the game in the 8th, and he'll look to give the Plainsmen the win here in the 10th. Griffin Myers was the original batter in the 8th spot. Cesar Garcia pinch ran for him in the 7th. And then Connor Higgs took his place hitting-wise in the 8th. Righty to lefty with nobody out. The bases loaded here in the bottom of the 10th, tied up at 5. First pitch to Connor Higgs. Will just miss a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Addison Southwick to Connor Higgs. One ball and no strikes. Southwick comes set, looks on to Higgs. 1-0 pitch. That one will be swung on, struck foul and out of play. So count now 1 ball and 1 strike from Madison Southwick to Connor Higgs. And it is a force out at any base here for Casper. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch here to Connor Higgs. 1-1, that one is going to be lined into center. It is going to be caught by King. Williams tags from third. He is going to score. It's a walk-off sacrifice fly by Connor Higgs. Seth Williams scores from third, and the Plainsmen win this one in extra innings, 6-5. What a win here for the Plainsmen, back and forth all contest. That one was lined to center. It's a walk-off hit for Connor Higgs. As Seth Williams scores the winning run, it was just deep enough to score him. Plainsmen win this one 6-5 over the Casper Horseheads. They win the series and keep their playoff hopes alive, winning this one on a walk-off sac fly by Connor Higgs. We'll step aside. Our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show is coming up next. North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing.
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pinky erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
Wear has everything Western. Boots, hats, shirts, jeans, jewelry, even that fancy Yellowstone.
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
3-2-8400.
This is Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Plines, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers.
With you on our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show as the Plainsmen win this one in extra innings with a walk-off 6-5 win over the Casper Horseheads. I'm joined by head coach J.M. Kelly. Coach, what were the emotions like in this one? A very back-and-forth game. You guys are down 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Higgs does it there for you. He does it again here in the bottom of the 10th. Just what were the emotions like in this one?
I mean, guys on the bench, you never know when your name's going to be called, and usually something's going to happen that involves you. So just a lot of up and down, for probably people watching the game, but I think our guys stayed very consistent, stayed flat throughout the entire thing. And when I say flat, I don't mean not having energy or anything. They stayed the same. They stayed consistent the entire game. So really proud of them for the way they handled this game, and we had to have that. We had to have that to continue to push for first place. The arms go out and do a great job. Robbie doesn't even have his best stuff, but still manages to go 6. And then, we get a good outing from Asher for that inning. And from there, we pieced it together and did what we had to do. every single one of those guys that came in out of the pen was important, and then every guy on the bench today played a role in some way or another. So just really happy to see that and how everything came together today.
Wanted to talk about Connor Higgs. He was a guy that was up here talking with us in the top of the fourth. He comes in the eighth, gets the big 2 RBI hit to tie up the game, then the sacrifice fly to walk things off. Just what can you say about him taking advantage of his opportunities here today?
He's just a really good ball player. Plays for a really good staff at Louisiana Lafayette, and they do things the right way. And when you do things the right way, the game rewards you. And he came up in 2 really, really big situations, and like I said, when you do things the way they're supposed to be done, the game rewards you. And he, he gets a changeup and a 2-strike count, and comes up to me after and says, "Man, hey, a year ago, I'm not making contact with that ball." And he a little single through the 5-6 hole that scores 2, and then all we need right there is for him to find the outfield, and he does that and hits a absolute. I'm going to think of a better term, line drive right at the guy, and great piece of hitting by him. So, just really proud of him and the way he handles himself within the game.
And for your offense as a whole, going into the bottom of the 8th down 5-3 after, the Horseheads were able to kind of take back the momentum, what was the key for your guys to just put that behind you and turn things around and tie it right back up in the bottom half of the inning?
Baseball. I mean, again, you have to stay consistent the entire way. You can't get too up and you can't get too down. You can't ride waves. They've got to be small waves, and these guys are really good at doing that. They don't let too much get to them. And again, I think they really handled themselves well in those situations where they could have probably just tucked their tail and gone to the house. So, just excited and proud of the resilience that they showed today.
What's the key to closing out the series, get a sweep tomorrow, and try to continue to make that push for first?
A good start on the mound. It's the same every time. You got to make pitches, and you got to have some timely hits. So, we just have to continue to get after it and stay aggressive. I know we didn't steal as many bags today as we did yesterday, but we have to be able to do the little things right whenever the time calls. So, as long as we continue to do the little things the right way, that'll make a big difference within the game. So.
Well, appreciate you stopping by. This has been Head Coach J.M. Kelly after an exciting 6-5 extra inning win. We'll come back and wrap things up coming up next as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Meet your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, as we open our inaugural season on May 24th at historic Billwood Field. Join the fun as the Plainsmen play 32 home games filled with food, fireworks, giveaways, and affordable family fun, along with the very best in summer collegiate baseball. Our inaugural season features 6 fireworks shows, a visit from the U.S. Military All-Stars, giveaway nights, and much more. Join us this summer for all the family-friendly fun you can handle. Visit NorthPlattePlainsmen.com or call us at 252-1445 for more information and to purchase tickets. Join your new hometown team, the North Platte Plainsmen, for the very best in summer collegiate baseball all summer at historic Billwood Field. The Plainsmen bring affordable family fun to North Platte with giveaways, fireworks, great food, and entertainment for all ages. Join us by visiting NorthPlattePlainsmen.com or by calling 252-1445 for more information. That's 252-1445. Go Plainsmen!
Back here in the Nebraska Land postgame show, ready to wrap things up here from Billwood Field as the Plainsmen win this one 6-5 in extra innings. For the Plainsmen, 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors, they leave 9 on base. For Casper, 5 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, they leave 5 on base. The winning pitcher is Blake Priest. Addison Southwick takes the loss. Game started at 3:09, ended at 6:37, so total game time of about 3 hours and 28 minutes. For the Plainsmen, pitching-wise, Robbie Spencer. Quality start for him yet again, 6 innings, 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batter. For Asher Hastings, he came in, 1 inning, 2 runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Billy Humphrey comes in, he pitches 2 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Then Blake Priest, who gets the win, he goes 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. Losing pitcher for the Horseheads, Addison Southwick, he goes an inning and 2/3, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Roger Rang, who got the start, he had a quality start as well, 7 innings, 3 runs, 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, and no walks. Offensively, it was Connor Higgs, the hero here. In his 2 at-bats, it was the 2 RBI double in the 8th to tie things up, and then the sacrifice fly line drive to the center fielder to score Seth Williams to give the Plainsmen the victory in the bottom of the 10th. The Plainsmen will go for the sweep tomorrow over the Horseheads to continue to put themselves in a good position as we get nearer and nearer to the end of the first half. That'll wrap up our coverage here from Billwood Field in Game 2 against the Casper Horseheads. Plainsmen are victorious. They win this one 6-5. The record is now 15-10. I've been John Willis, and you've been listening to and watching North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
You've been listening to North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network. Visit northplatteplainsmen.com for information regarding tickets, promotions, merchandise, and much more.